Welcome to Puro Pinche Sports. I'm your host, Jose guys, and this week I do have my voice. How are y'all doing today, guys? We're here and gonna have to talk about some sports. But first, let me introduce you to my co-host today, Trigger Trey Parker, Hater, James, and Humble Jeff. The Professor Alex. Everyone's all here. That's right, changing up the nicknames this week. How y'all doing?
Living the dream, baby.
Better than last week. Feeling good.
Hell yeah.
It's just cold as hell. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
I can live with the cold. Oh shit!
That wind is not.
Oh my god, my whole screen went black. Are y'all good? Am I still on?
Yeah, we see you.
All right. Well, I don't see shit honestly, but whatever. As long as we're on, it don't matter. Trey, you might have to. If anyone comments, you might have to take over because I literally see.
Got you, brother. I got you.
But anyways, guys, how are we feeling after the super wild card weekend? Anyone take over?
Wild games, bro. Wild games.
Yeah, so many unpredictable games that I can't believe. Like, yeah, we did the pick'ems, and I can't believe how bad I did. Like on the wild card weekend. Like, what the hell's going on?
That's
only one game failed me, which I was
Which
not
one?
expecting to fail me. The
Cowboys.
Yeah, unfortunately, I did not see that coming. But that's why they call it any given Sunday, bro. How salty I did.
Well,
I really did.
Let's get into it. Let's get right into it. Cowboys versus Packers, the number 2 seed, hosting it, AT&T Stadium, coming red hot, winning the division, feeling really good, and all of a sudden, Jordan Love, Matt LaFleur, Aaron Jones, Joe Barry, and his defense stepped up, shut down the Cowboys in AT&T Stadium. You know what, Jeff? I'm gonna go straight to you because you've been talking a lot of mess about your Cowboys, Jeff. So how did this performance show to you?
Man, even me, I'm not big on Dak, but I thought, like, if you look at my picks, I had him in the NFC because I thought the Rams were gonna beat Detroit just because of the tight end being out, but he ended up playing, and that was a close game. But I thought if the Rams won, then damn. The Cowboys would have had like a breeze to make it to the NFC Championship game. Green Bay. I know they're sneaky, they're good, but the way the Cowboys are playing this year, I didn't think it was going to be a problem. I mean, yeah, their defense has been sus. They've had their woes on the road, and at home they have been able to put up points. And I just wasn't expecting that at home. I expect that on the road or something. But for that to happen on wild card weekend, I think they said it was the first 2 seed to lead to a 7 seed or something. It was just because second seed used to have a bye, right? It used to have that bye, and then they changed it. And man, that was it. Even surprised me. But yeah, we saw the defense give up everything, right? They couldn't stop anything. And then Dak, he played like playoff Dak. Sad to say, I would say it's a Dak attack. But, that first pick, that was a 50-50. That was a good defensive play. That wasn't that bad of a throw. But that second one, it was just like, man. And the thing that's weird, right? Because all season they've been throwing that slant to CD, like that deep slant. They love that slant route. And I'm like, how on the professional like playing field have they been able to get away with that slant over and over again all season? And it's like if everybody's just like, hey, let's give them that slant all year. And then boom, when playoff comes, we'll take that away. Because holy shit, they took that was the pick 6, right? That slant, and it's like you take that slant away and it's over. It just blew my mind how they and I know the defense gave up a shitload of points, but that pretty much gave them 14 as well with those 2 picks. So it could have been a real high scoring game, but it became a no contest quick.
James, how about you, man?
I will honestly, I will say it like this. They were, I felt like they were looking ahead. Like if you look at the posture of the way they came out defensively for the first drive. So I'm gonna tell you, I didn't even watch the whole game.
I don't blame you.
I went back and watched the whole game. Like like afterwards or whatever, like on a little YouTube replay I have, whatever. But I couldn't even watch it. I was pissed. Like, but if you just look at the posture, man, the way we came out, like they wasn't ready, bro. Like we couldn't get them off the field on the first round on third and shorts. The defense we played way too much zone. Like I've never even seen us play that much zone all season. We are a man boxing defense. Like we play man, we play up close, and we live and die off of our defense front seven getting pressure to where our cornerback can play tight enough to where we play man defense like that. And it's just they just gassed us, bro. Like they did whatever they want to do. Jordan Love was comfortable. He had a perfect QBR. Like we couldn't get hands on him, and then they just play action us to death because the run was working so well. And I don't think Dan Quinn is. I mean, he's a good coordinator, but when it comes to making in-game adjustments, bro, between him and McCarthy, they're poor.
Oh, they're sitting their ways.
They just stick to it and be like, we're gonna live and die on this mountain.
Yep.
Bro, we're getting our ass flooded at home. Like, make a fucking adjustment. Like, if we can't stop them in the zone, at least let's go man and say we did make an adjustment. But don't just sit there and stick to it. Like, and then as far as offense goes, man, like it's just I don't know what we were calling, bro. I don't know what adjustments we were trying to make. Like Jair's on a bummy ankle, so that only leaves Eric Stokes. Like, and dude, we're not getting off nowhere. Like nobody's getting off nowhere. So I'm just like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand why the world is shocked because, I mean, at the same time, yes, we were good. But like I told y'all before we went into the playoffs, dude, we haven't shown we can be the top tier team above 500. So at the end of the day, yeah, we beat up on all the bummy teams. But when it's time to nut up and like play somebody that's really good or on our level, like we don't do that. And then Green Bay shouldn't even been close. But, like, if you look at the game, dude, this is the same team when we were good last year when we were supposed to be decent that came in and beat us up. But they did it on their home field. And if you look at it, to me, I just think fucking LaFleur, whatever his name is, he just outcoached Mike McCarthy. Just flat out outcoached him. Like, he didn't do nothing crazy. It was like, I'm down my running back. If they can't stop it, which I already seen, that's where their weakness is at. We're gonna throw little short routes, tight end, hit them here and there. And I'm like, dude, we can't guard Musgrave. Like, where the fuck did this dude come from? Like, are you serious? I'm like, dude, it was just bad. It was just bad all around.
I think I saw something that said that they were in zone for 36 out of 48 snaps or something like that.
Bro, and we never are. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
So for me, like, I'm like, of course, I'm around with my team because I felt like on paper we're better offensively, defensively. Like they have a few. Well, they don't have a few. They have a lot of studs over there. They have guys over there. I just think they underperform. So I don't call the Packers ass, but I mean they played like that all year. But they did enough to get where they were supposed to be, and they won to get themselves into the fight. And hell, they came and knocked off a juggernaut. Like, and I don't care, like, it's the paper and press, people talking, like, yeah, Dak, I agree with you. You play like ass. If McCarthy got to take the hit, you take the hit. Yeah, that's cool. But fuck all that, bro. No, fuck all that. Like, you got to perform. You making $40-45 million a year and you finna get an extension. You don't even deserve no extension. Michael Parsons, I don't want to hear another podcast. I don't want to hear you critiquing nobody. You get your ass in the lab, too. Like, bro, I don't want to hear from nobody, bro. This is like a terrible loss, bro. Like this, I'm still mad, bro. I'm not happy at all. If Philly losing yesterday, that was cool, but that shit didn't even
I didn't even get to celebrate it, bro.
I wasn't happy for them. I was more happy for Baker Mayfield. Like,
yeah.
I ain't trying to jump the segment, but I'm just saying, like, like usually
you're jumping.
We lost, Philly lost, yeah. And then you got fucking Giants fans tweeting this shit, Darius Slade. You don't get your bum ass off the fucking y'all suck, bro. Like,
I think for me, though, I think James hit the nail on the head. I think it was their posture. They came in thinking it was going to be a bye to get to the next round, and that's not our – first off, again, we've talked about it a million times. This is the fucking professional league, bro. Like, things can switch quick as shit. Real fast.
Anybody can get it, bro.
So, like, for example, Aaron Jones didn't really do shit this year per se. Like where you're like, oh my god, it was Aaron Jones, and then he killed it, and it's like, okay, what the fuck? Where did you come from, bro? Like he said, Musgraves. Where the fuck did he come from? And then on the opposite side, you had Stephon Gilmore, who's been playing pretty decent most of the year, playing bummy. Like, what was he doing on some of those, bro? Like that one, he was following that dude, and I guess he thought he had him, and he just cut right and lost him. It's like, so that attitude and that mindset, I think, hurt them a lot, like a lot. So, yeah, it was crazy, bro. I was not expecting that at all.
But dog, when you get down to, I don't want to cut nobody else off, but when you get down to it, and you just, I think when you look at Dallas on film, bro, like, and I think that's what, like, to allude to what Jeff was saying, like, dude, CD was killing that slant all year. Dog, when you get to the playoffs, certain teams just want to take one or two things away from you and force you to go somewhere else. Like, and I'm telling you, I feel like he knows Mike McCarthy so well. He has to, bro. Because it's like last year, he did the same fucking thing. All they did was they really just sat in box zone or like a cover 2 shell and forced Dak to throw short. And if he dared to go over the top, bro, they had help. Like, and it was just like, bro, it was the same thing. It was like we couldn't get nothing going. I'm like, bro.
I also think it was trying to force too much too, personally.
Yeah, like,
dude,
dude,
that was honestly, in my opinion, that was the reason for the pick 6. He was staring at him the whole time, saying, "I'm going to throw you the ball."
Dog,
so real quick, Alex, I want to hear your take. I actually want to hear on your side for the Green Bay side. What did you feel like that Matt LaFleur did right for the coaching for the offense, and what did Joe Barry do right for the defense that really stepped up in a game where they were like 10-point underdogs? We had people here saying that they would get scored on. They would lose by 2 touchdowns. What were your thoughts by your NFC North rival on their performance in AT&T Stadium?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, yeah, man. I think it was Jeff or James. This is a copycat league, right? So if you go back into the game where Dallas played Buffalo, if you look at the film, the Dallas Cowboys are in dime personnel, which means that they have extra DBs on defense, right? So what is the Buffalo Bills?
God damn, Alex, defensive genius.
Yeah, like this is what you do. This is what you do whenever you're in a dime personnel. You load up the box with your big guys, right? You have 2 tight ends, which is called 22 personnel or 11 personnel. And you just run the ball. Eventually those little guys are gonna come attack, are gonna come downhill, right? Mm-hmm. And that's how you beat them. I as much as everybody thinks Jordan Love did good or QBR this and that, bro, Matt LaFleur fucking had the offense to a T where Jordan Love didn't have to make the difficult throws where everybody's fucking open. And then whenever his receivers were catching it, they were getting yak yards. To me, I know people are gonna say, "Oh, you don't really like Jordan Love," but bro, like Matt LaFleur had Jordan Love in like such a zone where he didn't have to make difficult throws. And then allude to the defense. You can't. The Cowboys couldn't really do nothing though because they don't have no big guys. They don't have no linebackers. I said it during Buffalo. You need linebackers and I forgot who got hurt earlier this year. Van Der Esch. Yeah, I think that really did hurt him, man. Because he's our only true linebacker. Everybody else is really like a shell of like a DB playing linebacker. Like we got Damone Clark, he's probably 220. Then we have Marquise Bell. We have what's his name? We got another one, but they're all like safeties converted to like linebackers. And I understand what you're saying. So then also going back to the zone coverage, whenever you play zone, you have to play leverage, or else you're gonna get lost. And one of those, I don't know if you guys saw, it's called a naked or where the tight end pretends he's blocking, and
Mhm.
everybody shifts to the right, and he nakeds out to the left,
Yeah.
or the vice versa. It was to the left, and he naked out to the right. He was wide open.
Yeah.
Gilmore gets lost, and thinking that he might have somebody
Help.
over the top. Yeah,
Yep.
but either way, you never give outside leverage if you're playing cover two as a corner. Like you can't like if especially if everything's running away from you, and you see somebody coming back towards you, you have to sit. I don't know what he was doing, and he got lost. And Jordan Love hits like a 40-yard touchdown, and the dude's right open. But and then I think Trey said that what has Aaron Jones done throughout the year? He's been injured, but that offense looks a lot better whenever he's playing. And so whenever the Bears was going to play him the last week, I was hoping Aaron Jones does not play, because whenever he's playing, you have to stack the box, dude. He could catch, he could run after a contact, like he's that guy. I know he didn't have the best year, but granted he had a hamstring injury. And then going to the Green Bay's defense, bro, they have 7 first-round picks. I understand that team didn't as good as they wanted to at the beginning of the year, but still, you still have dogs in that defense. And it doesn't help too. I know Prescott deserves a lot of blame, but whenever the Packers score right away, you expect the same drive, right? Dak Prescott threw CeeDee Lamb maybe 2 passes. They were kind of high, but CD needs to come down with those. Those kill drive.
Yeah.
You're now, instead of moving the chains on second down, now you're third and long, and now your playbook shrinks.
Yep.
It's tough, and then the first pick, it's tough, man. That's a 50-50 ball. Cooks is just a smaller receiver on that play.
Yeah.
And then if you go side by side, that's the exact same play that they did against San Francisco, and he gets picked off.
Yep.
So the second pick was just a bad read. They disguised it cover 2. It was pretty good. It was a good disguise. Looked like they were in cover 3, and then they went to cover 2, and that dude just sitting in there. So yeah, other than that, man, I think Mike McCarthy did get out coached.
He was, man. It's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Dan Quinn got out coached. I really don't think the Packers. Well, Jordan Love didn't really surprise me, even though he had a good QBR.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's key to have such a good coach or offensive coordinator, because if you look back at the tape, man, these receivers are wide open, and it's not because these guys are way 100 times better than the other guy on the other side. Yeah. They're NFL players, bro. Like they said, it's just a scheme, man. You get fooled, and they fooled them bad, and it just goes back to the Buffalo Bills offense, man. It's just copy and paste. Really copy and paste.
And that's what I really thought. Like, I didn't think we were out. Like, they didn't get outplayed. They were just outcoached. And then, like, the Cowboys just didn't lock in. Because, I mean, if you tell me you're locked in, you're going to come out and belt to ass, bro. Like, on third downs, you're not going to get fooled by nothing. You're going to play your spots. You're going to play your area. And you're just going to be ready. And just like Alex said, bro, like, the 22 shell where they come out with the heavy package, like, we gotta be prepared to like play the box, like get on tackles, wrap up. You saw it in Philly, like a lot of those long plays, like
terrible.
Like, God, but it's just one man missing, and then the guy is just making something happen. And then it happened in the Bills game.
I was just about to say the Bills game too.
Like, Shakir did the same thing. It's a 5.
He broke that one. Yeah.
It was a 5.
And then one on Josh Allen too. That rush from Josh Allen.
Yeah, and one guy just wanted it more. Now that play is a little sneaky, man, because if Josh slides and that dude lights him up, bro, he's gone. Like, that fake slide is fucking tricky, bro. So I get it.
Well, we'll talk about that in a bit. But
James, quit jumping.
Yeah, you keep jumping all over the place, man. Yeah, one game at a time. Goddamn.
I'm just making a statement, man.
Nah, well, we got a comment. We got a comment here that says Dak Prescott was playing like the legend himself, Ben DiNucci, Dookie. And then he also goes with, they should have played Jimmy Johnson. Almost had a heart attack. Speech at halftime for motivation. They down bad.
Yeah, we should. You should have heard what Michael Irvin said too. Shit, that
Yeah, I
motherfucker.
saw that.
Oh, well, every time Michael Irvin talks, he has a heart attack. Okay, so to be fair,
They were all ex-Cowboys were like pissed.
Oh, because
Yeah,
because
one
everybody
of those.
like Jeff said, everybody understands the way this shit was set up. It was perfect. You fuck up the Packers, you get the Lions again, you beat them niggas without a fucking flag, and then you go to the NFC title game and hope you don't fucking shit down your leg when you play San Francisco.
And this was
Easiest
the
road to the fuck, like,
this was the
easy.
thing to do it with too.
Jeff was with. How impressed were you with the Green Bay Packers? Obviously, you're a big Aaron Rodgers man, but this Green Bay Packers, 1 year removed, stepped up with a Jordan Love who's in his fourth year, but first year starter. Matt LaFleur has gotten some flack, I think, even by you before. How impressed were you that the first 7 seed, by the way, in this iteration of 14 seeded teams, is the first 7 seed to win over a second seed? What were your thoughts on Green Bay?
I was impressed with Green Bay. Love was up and down, especially early on in the season, and then it seemed like he came back and started playing well. As y'all said, I think they got out coached bad. I forgot. I was listening to something, and even the defensive coach or offensive coach knew Mark McCarthy really well, knew that West Coast style of play, and damn, like you would think Mike McCarthy would be able to answer back a little bit, right? Like to play chess. But now they yeah, like Alex said, yeah, Jordan Love was impressive, but there was a lot of wide open targets, like wide open. Yeah. There's that one where it looks photoshopped, right? He's like wide open. It was just crazy. But now I am impressed with Green Bay, and LaFleur is making a name for himself. Alex said that their defense is young. They got all those first round picks. Their defense is decent, and then looking forward to that. And then, yeah, Jordan Love did come and do this thing as he's not a rookie. He's been in the league for a while under Rodgers. But, yeah, this is his first year guy as a starter, and he comes and wins it. Just crazy, right? Because, C.J. Stroud did it, and then now Green Bay did it. It looks like Green Bay's going to be set for a while if Love continues to play like that.
I do want to remind everybody I got credit for saying Green Bay would be in the playoffs before the season started. Okay, so yeah, just want to throw that out there. But now, speaking of which, let's transition straight to it. The other Texas team, the Houston Texans, they defend home territory. They're able to stop the surging Cleveland Browns with a Joe Flacco who was just in his couch or in his minivan driving his kids to school a few weeks ago, and all of a sudden, C.J. Stroud, Rookie of the Year, offensive side, has now taken this Houston team that was supposed to be on rebuild mode, and he's taking them quickly already into the divisional round. Trey, we've been big on him. We've been very impressed with him. What are your thoughts, man, that they were able to stop this, Cleveland Browns team the way that they did?
Bro, it was a great game, and I want to make a point too. If you think about it, they didn't even have their number one receiver. Nico Collins is a dog, but they didn't even have Tank Dell, who's another beast. The thing I like about Stroud the most, he's cool and collected, bro. Like, he doesn't really panic too much. So that was huge. But also on top of that, their defense just played really well. A lot better than I anticipated them to, because Cleveland can be a pretty explosive team. But yeah, they actually played very, very well overall, both sides of the ball, and just definitely went all out, man. I picked them to win. I was super impressed with them. They do have a bright future. And then, like Will Anderson did very well as well for his being a first year as well. So it was impressive.
Alex, we see the last few years, Deshaun Watson gets traded to the Browns from the Texans. Deshaun Watson gets his fully guaranteed contract, isn't able to play half the season, but the Browns still rally. Joe Flacco shows out for most of the year that he was playing, and then he fumbles the bag in the first round and gets 2 pick sixes along the way. What are your thoughts on the Browns side, bro?
I was following Joe Flacco whenever he came back, and one thing I did take away from his game this year was he was pretty much playing like I got nothing to lose, and sometimes it worked out for him, sometimes it didn't. When I watched him play against the Bears, he was pretty much silent for the first 3 quarters. They picked him off, I think, 3 times, and then he just starts. He's doing the same thing that he did in the first 3 quarters. just like fuck it, I'm letting it zip, and his receiver started making plays. That's pretty much what I thought he was gonna do this week. The pick sixes did not surprise me. Though Houston has some dogs on that defense. They're really young. Terry, they have what's the name? The other safety. He's young for his name. Anyways, but yeah, they have a bunch of young DBs, and what really surprised me was how the Texans were. I mean, the Browns weren't able to get a lot of pressure on Stroud, and I was looking back and I was like, man, what's going on with Garrett? And then sure enough, Larry Tunsil's old man still, and he's still
Laramie,
Laramie.
Laramie.
Yeah, well, he was able to shut down Myles Garrett, and then I looked at Stroud. I looked at Stroud and I was like, man, what is Stroud doing? And I looked back at it and I think he went 6 for 8 on play action passes for 160 yards. That's like half of his yards, and he was making some throws like damn.
I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah. And then that also goes back to coaching, man. DeMeco Ryans, hell of a coach, and I understand that Cleveland is coming in with a bad leg. They have a lot of injuries on that team, but still, I'm still surprised that they weren't able to get too much pressure on Stroud, and Stroud was able, whenever they were, Stroud was still delivering after getting hit, left and right. But yeah, man, the Browns, I never thought they were even going to be here at this junction of the season, though, with all the injuries. Deshaun going out. How many quarterbacks they have this?
4.
Like 3 or 4?
Yeah, 4.
So, yeah, I mean.
Yeah, Massage Watson, DTR, PJ Walker, Joe
Man,
Flacco.
Deshaun Watson, let that man live, man.
Nah, that's not how that works, James. That's
Nah,
not how
he
it works.
fucked up. Like a dumb fuck up.
I was
If it
looking
was
at-
something else, maybe, but that's a dumb fuck up.
I was also looking at some stats, right? And I was like, man, why the hell did they let go of Baker Mayfield?
Crazy, right? To think about.
Yeah,
But Baker balled out this year though, so don't put no disrespect on that. Baker was not the best, but Baker.
And mind
balled
you, we were all wrong. So we all owe Baker an apology because we all
Yeah.
put him low as fuck, and we all said shit about him.
Yeah,
but hey, he wasn't backing
wonder-
himself up with those practices videos. To be fair, those shit was not
out. That
impressive.
shit was horrendous. Horrendous, my guy.
I was the only one that said that CJ Stroud was going to be the QB in the draft.
You watch college
Excuse
football.
you?
You watch college football more than all of us, anyway. So
Excuse
what does
you?
that matter?
You weren't the only one. We were.
Well, there was a bunch of
we
people-
talked about you crazy.
We all agreed that CJ Stroud was actually going to be better.
We laughed because they picked Bryce Young.
But NFL analysts, I can't believe they said they're like, oh, Bryce,
Oh, that
Bryce Young.
Okay. See,
First off.
see, Alex, that's what you need to reiterate. You need that you're venting to us like if we said that shit
exactly, bro.
nonstop. You do that.
Hey,
Like,
I need to be
been
working
on-
for fucking ESPN because those guys
I've been
don't know
on
what they're
Stroud's
doing.
tip, bro.
ESPN's not watching us. What? Don't, they're not. Calm down. We're not Pat McAfee yet. Okay, calm down. We got to get there.
That boy Stroud is a cold-blooded killer.
Jeff, Deshaun Watson's locked in for the next 4 or 5 years, $230 million, fully guaranteed.
No, call him by his other name, Jose.
Massage Watson,
Thank you.
he is locked in for $64 million a year. Do you believe after the display that we saw from the Browns this year
Oh my God.
that he can back that shit up? Now, obviously, I thought he'd be a top 10 QB this year. I also thought the Browns would make the playoffs somehow, some way. One of those things still came true. But what do you think about Massage Watson's future in Cleveland?
We can't hear you.
You did this again. Something going on. Oh my God. He's got to leave and come back. All right. James?
The only reason I say, hold on, let me reiterate my point to James. The only reason I say that, if he did it once, twice, maybe even 3 times, okay, cool. 32
26?
pounds or whatever the fuck it was. Come on, bruh.
You gotta stop defending him just because he's your color, bro. Like that
You
don't
doing
mean
too
shit.
much. That's
That
why.
don't mean shit.
So call him by his name, bro.
I'm just saying, everybody gets grace. Everybody gets great.
And everyone gets a nickname too. That's Massage Watson.
True.
Hey, $64 million man a year, bro.
It's a
Massage
lot of
Watson.
massages,
Hey,
bro. A lot of massages.
but as much as criticism he was taking, though, it looked like he was starting to find himself, right?
When he was healthy, yes.
That
for sure.
sucked,
Yeah.
right? The last game before he got hurt, it was like he looked like old self. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will give him that.
started
He
to make
did
some
look like his old
plays,
self,
like
for sure.
damn. I don't know. I hope he turns it around. I mean, obviously he's already heading, like his stock is going back up, but it sucks whenever you get injured because then you're gonna have to redo it all again. You start from zero, so it's hopefully.
I think for me, it's gonna make it tougher on Cleveland because they're stupidly right. They overpaid him. Like he hadn't done anything in 2 years. I mean, yes, he's a very impressive quarterback, but he hadn't done the things that you warrant to be like the highest paid guy, like he is being right now. Right, 64 mil is fucking ridiculous.
And did you see? They showed a thing like what Houston got for him, and man, dude, they were able to build that defense from from that trade, and it's
Ground up.
And they still have their first round pick this year. They have their first round pick.
Bro. That's what I'm saying. They're set up, bro. Straight up.
Got Petrie,
I knew
got
Houston.
Carter.
I knew Houston was going to make some noise this year, but I honestly didn't know they were going to make I'll be lying to you if I told you they were going to make the playoffs. I thought they were going to make some noise.
Oh, I didn't.
compete.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect them to make their playoffs. But
I need to look back at the episode where we did the over and unders, and I need to see what we predicted.
Dude, that would be a good recap. That would be a dope ass recap.
We should do that next week. Oh, we got time. I don't know what happened to Jeff. I mean, he had to really restart this shit. All right, James, let me ask you. Can Houston, with the iteration right now that we have right now, can they overcome the Ravens defense?
Yeah,
Can they?
I think they can. You have to like D'Amico Ryans and his unit. They got to stick to their guns. They got to keep it simple for CJ, but also like don't try to manage him. Allow him to be himself and create. But also just stick to the fundamentals. You know what I'm saying? They run the ball very like seamlessly well. They kind of run the ball. You know what I mean? And then just kind of prevent those turnovers, like because I think that's where Baltimore really puts people away. And they make it easy for Lamar because they get those short field turnovers and they give them easy field to play with. And it's just like the more Lamar has the ball, the worse it can be for the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think the Texans can't defend Lamar. I just think you don't want to give that man too many options to score. Like, and you don't want to give them too many short fields because they do have the greatest kicker. You know what I mean? So, I like the matchup. I truly like the way this unfolded for the AFC side. I really wish TJ Watt wouldn't have got hurt because I think that would have kind of helped them the Steelers game. But I do like the way this unfolded. Like I like because this game is going to be like Houston Texans defense is very underrated. Like people don't really talk about those dogs they got up front. They got some dogs up front. They got some fast ass linebackers. I'm not really sold on the DBs outside of Derek Stingley and Jaden Petrie, but other than that, like I really like their front seven. Like their front seven is really strong. So it'll be exciting, man. I'm liking it. You know what I mean? So that's I think it's a 1-2 punch matchup that like is very, very underrated. Like I don't think people really expected Houston to be here, but I think it's still going to be a very exciting game nonetheless.
All right, Jeff, test.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know what I missed, but all I wanted to say about that Houston game was like it's of course CJ Stroud very impressive. They were talking about that Cleveland defense being like legit, right? Like when San Francisco's defense was at their peak, I think it was like 2015-16. They were talking about a defense like that, and then for CJ Stroud to come and light them up like that. And it was it's crazy, right? Like it doesn't seem like it's a fluke, and it looked like he's going to be one of the greats. He was very impressive.
Yeah, well, my question was for you was that do you think Cleveland will I mean, it almost feels like they don't have a choice because how they have it in the books and the contracts and everything. But like, how do you feel with them moving forward with Massage Watson?
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. Exactly what he just said. That like they might not have a choice, right? With the money tied up with him, right? They might not have a damn choice. But yeah, like he has been disappointing. They have a good team there ready for him to go, and it's just weird how he was in Houston, right? How he was so dynamic, so explosive, like unstoppable. And then he takes that year off, suspended, and now he just can't find the rhythm. But like, I think Cleveland is going to have to stick with him though with the money situation.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, Cleveland just sadly Cleveland just buried themselves, right? Like they draft finally a guy who can get them to the playoffs. For whatever reason, the coach and the QB cannot get along, and so then the QB is ousted to the 4 different teams afterwards. But he's now in the playoffs, going to the divisional round. You pay all this money to a franchise quarterback. He doesn't even play half the season, and you make it to the playoffs and you lose in the first round. So, sorry, Cleveland. It's just the way it is with y'all. It sucks to suck, but it's true. Y'all suck. Anyways, moving on. Before we go into let's go to Pittsburgh Steelers to Buffalo. Not really much to say. I think what I was just say is that Josh Allen just showed that Josh Allen is still Josh Allen, and whenever he wants to turn it on, he can, and he whooped that ass. Now, sadly, it's a lot easier to whoop that ass with TJ Watt.
That's what I was just about to say.
It's not on the field.
Yeah, that was a huge factor, I believe.
Yeah.
For me, that was probably the easiest game to choose because of that. Now, if TJ Watt would have been in the field, then it would have been like, okay, a little questionable, but that him being out is definitely a huge factor for them.
No. Anyone got thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I do. I just wanted to say that Buffalo, of course, they started 6-6, and they kind of remind me of that Giants team that had like a playoff game with like four games left for the season. It's like they had to win out just to make playoffs, and then they won the shit.
Yeah.
They're just that hot team. They're like, Pittsburgh, they're like, I mean, they've been overperforming, right? But yeah, with TJ Watt, they were a legit defense, and without him, that was bad. But yeah, I just feel like the Bills, I know some people were mad or saying, I don't know who said it, that Bills might make the Super Bowl, but definitely, right, KC's not as strong as they used to be. Of course, Patty is the opposite of that. He's that playoff performer that just comes to life in the playoffs. They do got a good D, so it seems like him and that kid Rice are connecting now, and they have the weapons. But, if the Buffalo, if they're playing as angry as they are, they got that home game, you can see them, but yeah, of course they're going to have to, beat the Ravens or whatever, but they are a hot team. And I think I'm going to pick them over KC.
So I was going to say, so you think if they beat KC, you think they have a good shot at going all the way?
I mean, they have a chance. The Ravens are to me the best team in the league, right? So like they have a chance, but it'll be close.
I'm gonna piggyback of what Jeff just said. I was thinking the exact same thing. Those are the type of teams that you don't want to play, right? The teams that are coming in hot.
Yep.
Because they have proven teams like that coming in hot usually make the Super Bowl. And you hear all these ex-players too saying like that Giants team is one of those teams that nobody wanted to play. Even a lot of Patriots players, whenever they played them, I think their undefeated season, right?
Yeah.
Where they were saying like, that Patriots, that Giants team was they knew they were going to be a problem going into the playoffs in the NFC side.
And they played them like week 15, week 16, something like that. And they gave us a hard fight, but we won. And then, damn, somehow, some way, man, they made it. They made it all the way.
And Marco's like pissed, like, how people saying that they could beat them. Dude, like I said, that Cowboys game opened up the DNA for the Buffalo Bills. They now go more with 2 tight end sets, and they look like they hit on their tight end selection in the draft.
Okay.
I could see them attacking the
both
field.
of them dudes went off
the middle of the field for
Kincaid
the So
yeah,
it's gonna be rough.
It's gonna be an interesting series, bro.
I still don't think they needed to trade up for Dalton Kincaid, but that's just me. I mean, I think he was something.
I don't think they need to trade up, but he's nice.
And I think the big factor is that when they moved from their previous OC and now put in Joe Brady as their OC, it's changed a lot, right? It's a more run heavy tight end game. That's why you've also kind of seen Stephon Diggs' numbers like really drastically drop. Is because he's now no longer the focal point. It's a team focal point
Dude,
now.
but that right there is why they're being successful now. They couldn't run the ball, so all they had was throwing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not using all your weapons and just focusing on like maybe one or two like is ridiculous. So good on Joe Brady for that.
Running
And
game track.
running game, tight ends, killing it. And so when Stephon Diggs, you need him to step up. Hey, he'll be there. I mean,
Yeah.
But you need the James Cooks, you need the Dalton Kincaid, the Dawson Knox. You need that kind of shit game.
Definitely.
Next game, let's talk about. What's the other NFC game? Do we need to talk about Bucks and Eagles?
Bucks and Eagles.
Damn,
Yes.
all right, hey,
Yes.
Alex, go for it.
Bro.
I know you love it.
So, man, I said it from the get go whenever it was the off season, whenever the Eagles were unloading on these type of players, right? They let go of, but they let TJ Edwards go, and I thought that was going to be big for them when they let him go, because they didn't really replace him with anybody besides Nicholas Morrow, and he played for the Bears, and I single-handedly seen him play. They was like, bro, this dude's trash. I don't even know how he's in the NFL. And yeah, man, that defense is not what it was last year. They're not getting to the quarterback, and you're not seeing these DBs being all pros anymore. Besides, like Darius Slay is pretty good, but even he had kind of a dip, right? Because they weren't getting to the quarterback this year, and you would want this rookie Jalen Carter supposed to be the next great, right? But he really didn't perform as well as I thought he was going to this year. So yeah, their draft wasn't really good as what I thought they were going to do. They were basically just drafting players high and basically letting them sit. Nakobe Dean, I thought that was a dumb pick. I didn't think that he was going to be able to fit in Philly, and he hasn't fit.
Didn't he get hurt halfway into the season?
He got hurt. Yeah,
He's out.
Yeah, but the year before that, right? Because you pick him high, you expect him to start.
Yeah,
He
they
didn't
did
start.
pick him high. They took them both high.
So
Yeah.
you know, getting all these Georgia kids because they I guess because they play really long. They have like a longer season, but still, man, like I don't know, that team 10-1 to basically getting humiliated too in the first round. I thought it was a humiliation too because like you were in the Super Bowl the year before, and a lot of people expected them to go back. I didn't think they were going to be able to. I didn't even think they were going to make the playoffs.
Well, joke's on you. They did.
I mean, they shouldn't have. I think there was more teams that didn't make it that could have beat them. I think the Saints could have beat them.
If there was more deserving teams, they should have been in the playoffs then. I mean, just to be fair, right? Like they still won 10 games or 11 games to make it. So like, if those teams actually deserved it more, they should have actually made it then. To be fair.
10-1 to go to what? 11-6, 12 and something.
They were 10-1, and then they went 1-5.
Yeah.
So
Losing.
is it like the Steelers of 2020?
That's why I can't believe anybody picked them.
Actually, no. I actually don't think that's the 2020 Steelers. I think there's another. I think there's another team.
What do you mean who picked them? Half of our group picked them.
Des Bryant was mad that he lost on them or something. I was like, you should know better.
Bro, first off, the way that they held the last few weeks, that was an instant, like, I'm not picking them for you.
Yeah.
It's going crazy.
You know what? My problem was I picked all the teams that won the original games this year, and in the rematches, I went for like 1 and 2. So I don't mind.
I was watching it, bro. You got to watch what's going on now.
Yeah. With Philly, you know, they got injured. They play rough, and you know they made it to the Super Bowl last year. I thought they could, you know, get it back there, but man, for the long season, and yeah, they just fell apart. And you know, I just wish I could really know. I mean, I get it. You know, Hurts wasn't throwing down the field, and everybody's mad at him. But I just wish, is there something more? Like you know, Dirt was yelling at him this last game. AJ Brown pretty much gave up on him. But they were showing during the game that he only had like.
On, bro, don't say that. Don't say that.
AJ Brown quit on the team. He didn't give up on Hurts. He gave up.
No, Hurts, but he gave him on the team.
Yeah, I just want to know what happened, right? Like they're like, what's going on? But
in the final game. Y'all didn't see him go down with
He-
a leg injury.
But he's being petty on social.
Gosh.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
People
but
so-
it just damn, what was I gonna say?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't mean to
No,
cut you
no,
off.
yeah, you're good. It's just I just want to know what happened. But they were showing during the game that like Hurts was only having 2 seconds to throw. You know what I mean? Like they were fucking getting to him. Like what do they want him to do? You know?
So that's my curious question, right? So last year they had probably the best line in the NFL, if not top 3, let's say. What happened to him this year? Like they did go down quite a bit.
Look at everything that happened, guys. Like literally, the second they played San Francisco, up to that point, right? The 10-1 record was not a fluke. That O-line was playing fantastic. They actually were utilizing the run game with Swift, Gainwell, and what's his name, and they were actually throwing down the ball. AJ Brown was the number 2 wide receiver in the league. And ever since that game, that beat down to San Francisco and the beat down to Dallas, everything fell apart for that team.
Yeah, James, you're good, bro.
Whether Nick Bosa was like, yeah, well, we put the blueprint out there, so now everyone do that shit. It just looked like, hey, you know what? He's right. It is as predictable. The Brian Johnson, the OC, he sucks. The DC, Matt Patricia, and the guy that he replaced in like week 14 or whatever, fucking ass cheeks. How do you put Matt Patricia, a guy who hasn't proven himself since 2016, as your DC? He sucked as the Lions head coach. He sucked as the Patriots DC. He sucked as the Patriots OC. What the fuck are we doing Matt Patricia any favors by giving him a damn job? That's just like my literal question. Like literally, I know Alex was saying, well, they were ass. The defense was ass all year. Well, the defense went from ass to ass, whole to the remainder of that fucking season. 1-5? Are you kidding me? Worst statistics in the league, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Matt Patricia has no business having a job there. And Nick Sirianni, bro, like I've given him, freedom for like the shit that he's been talking about with the fans and all this moxie and shit, bro. You gotta back that shit up if you're gonna talk. You gotta back that shit up. You cannot go 1-5 to finish your season. You can't, and then what? You don't make double digits in your playoff game. You don't utilize shit, bro. You are lucky if you're not fired after this season. Now, the way you performed, the way you coached, you literally lost the locker room. Jason Kelsey cried into retirement. Like you fucked up Jason Kelsey's final year, bro. Like this is ridiculous. And I know Jalen Hurts was hurt. He was like 60%, and his knees were fucking messed up and shit like that. But then stop doing the tush push. Use the run game. If he's hurting, if he can't, he can squat 600 pounds when he's 100%. But what do you think he can do with fucking? No, run fucking ball. DeAndre Swift was balling for you the first 12 weeks. What the fuck are we doing? We shut him down after that. So it's just fucking ridiculous. But I still don't think that the Eagles were the 2020 Steelers. I know that Alex wants to make that. I have another team for that case, but that's just me. That was my vent.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And they threw popcorn on that coach, though, right? His fans.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck
All the
yeah.
way
Good.
up.
Throw this shit on him.
Yeah. They threw popcorn.
Hey, Philly fans are fucking dirty.
They're savage, bro.
And then Bucks, they taking away nothing from the Bucks, so the Bucks played terrific.
Yeah,
The Bucks played balls to the wall. And they should have had like that one Mike Evans drop. That should have been a huge touchdown too.
That was
horrible.
Beautiful throw.
Luckily they still scored on that drive, but
Temper.
they were killing
But
it.
you know what I thought about, man? When it really comes down to it, for the guys that's been there before, like guys like Todd Bowles, who are defensive minded, when you really have time to sit down and look at a team and pick apart their flaws, that's exactly what the fuck they did.
Yep.
Granted, AJ Brown wasn't there, but they still was able to like, okay, we're gonna apply pressure here. We're gonna send. We know Jalen doesn't do well in the pocket under pressure, so we're gonna send 4 or 6 guys.
They blitzed him all game,
bro. They did exactly what I felt Dallas should have did, bro. That Green Bay line isn't that great, bro. I don't understand why we wasn't sending pressure like that. I just don't, and we've sent it all year to everybody.
I want to find that.
So it's just stuff like that, man. I was shocked by it. But they played a total game, like from special teams to like offense and defense, man. Like Baker looked good. They stayed on top of them. They didn't fold, like, and they just kept applying pressure. Like, so hats off to the Bucks, man. And I don't feel bad for the Eagles. I really don't, because
No one should.
of course it's division rival. But I do think they have enough talent to perform, and I really think they underperform. Like, because they have linemen galore. Like, there's no reason that they shouldn't have. Like, they performed.
James, you put Belichick in that fucking scheme. It's done. It's done.
Yeah,
It's done.
You put anybody with this shit. You give that team the hardball, it's a wrap.
No. Jim wouldn't like that. He wants to be in the sunny weather. He wants to be in California. Jeff, has Baker done enough to earn himself a 4-year contract?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I think so. Hell yeah. You know, to go what he went through, right? Cleveland gave up on him, even though he played hurt and he wasn't performing, but he was fucking hurt. You know, they gave up on him to go to those other teams and just be there. He won with that one game with the Rams last year on Thursday Night Football. And, you know, for him to stick it out and just not give up on himself and just, you know, take what's coming to him and then to do this, hell yeah, I would stick with him for sure.
He took a player-friendly contract as well because he knew that they were in debt.
It's like a 2-year.
It's fucking awesome, dude.
Well,
and he had the highs, I think, what they say in yards and touchdowns, like career highs or something like that, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Mike Evans. Mike Evans had I think Mike Evans had his second best season with Baker.
Crazy, bro.
So,
Trey, same question, but instead of Baker, Mike Evans, because he's a free agent after this year.
Damn.
I'd say yeah.
Because he's already 30. You give him a 4-year contract, going to be 34 by the end of it, essentially.
He still balls out, though, bro. Like, end of story. Now, yeah, again, he had that drop, and there are some of you where you're like, dude, why didn't you catch that? But for the most part, he makes some plays, bro.
Yeah.
And think about it, like him being on that field makes Godwin and Auden and all those other dudes that much better because they're fucking
people.
Yeah. Like I would say yes, it's worth it for sure.
Man, crazy. I like it. All right, last game that we need to talk about. Dolphins at Chiefs.
Do we even need to talk about that?
Alex, this is my 2020 Steelers.
God,
it is the Dolphins.
Terrible.
1 win against a 500 team. Booty cheeks against every fucking other 500 team. This to me is the true 2020 Steelers. This is the frauds that went in and then fucking choked the rest of the way. Now, yes, the Eagles did the same thing too, but they had the fucking division last week in hand, and then the following week they get their cheeks clapped in the snow. And Tyreek Hill's balls, hands, all frozen back in Kansas City. So take it away, anybody.
So sad.
Well, I don't think they are because the last Super Bowl winners they never really have good records against good teams. So I just take that away. I don't really look at that like that because Kansas City won a Super Bowl and they were pretty bad against good teams. Yeah, Super Bowl winners. I think the past 5 years, the past 5 Super Bowl winners they didn't have good records against winning teams that year. But what I saw is just like Kansas City was just wrapping up and they weren't letting guys get away, not letting them get yak yards. And then they looked like Miami couldn't really hang on to the ball, like throwing it. They really couldn't get their play design sideline to sideline with all that speed. I know it's cold, so that ball feels like a fucking rock. So you probably couldn't really do it. But yeah, I don't have that much to say about this game. I mean, the team that plays in the cold pretty much usually always wins, right?
Yeah, I mean, but I really just thought like, bruh, we figured KC was gonna win. They had home field advantage. They had temperature advantage.
Yeah, no shit.
Like, bro, it was set up for them to win. Like, and like I said, they didn't have to do a lot. They didn't have to put up a ton of points. I feel like if this was a warm climate game, it would have been way different because you saw, bro, ain't nobody on earth. I don't give a damn if it's Coach Prime. Nobody's pressing Tyreek Hill like that. You know damn well you don't Tyreek Hill like that.
Was in
It's not
his
a safety
ass,
on that
bro.
field. It's not a safety on that field that would have covered to help him. L'Jarius Sneed, I'm talking about.
Sneed was on his ass.
So it's just like the way the weather was set up, the way the footing for these guys was set up. Like it just played all into KC's hand. And I just say Miami tried to do some stuff. They tried to be shifty. They tried to do motion. They, defensively, they kind of hung in there for a little while. But at the end, it was just too much. It was just the temperature.
Bro, but if you think about it too, like Snead pushing up on him like that, one move and Hill's gone, you're not
That's
doing
what I'm saying. If Tyreek would have just jumped back and went to the left,
you're not doing that the rest of the fucking game.
There's nobody that's going to guard him. And you saw that on that one play. Tua even underthrew that touchdown.
Yeah.
Like, he had to slow down and come back and get it. And he had to make that play. So it's just like.
No, I agree.
Like,
I definitely think.
I feel like KC it was just home field advantage, man. Weather and everything. And it just fell into their hands. I just wish that game was played in a warmer climate, bro.
Nah.
Seriously.
You win playoff football in the cold, bro.
Of course it is. I mean, I love it. I love the playoff. I love cold weather games, but I'm just saying, like,
Miami, and Miami can control their destiny. Miami can control their own destiny.
Advantage.
I get what James is saying though, to like get a legitimate game to see.
Yeah, bro, that's not Miami's game, bro. The boys is out there cold. They got their little hard knocks, bro. Like I be following that. Like I see that shit on Twitter, and I was looking at it. Like they were complaining, like the ref was like, "Ref, are you cold?" And the ref was like, "I got on two what do you call them? Thermal suits and like thick shirts and shit like that, bro." Like,
okay, so they played at a neutral site, not in cold weather. In fucking London or wherever the fuck it was, and it was the same shit.
No. Them overseas games are booty, bro. Get out of here.
Yeah.
I
don't like those.
Come on.
I don't like.
You can't compare that, bro.
The guys are on different time zones, bro. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Those flights.
They were there a week early, weren't they? Weren't they there a week early,
bro? Everybody chokes, bro. Going to those games, nobody plays the way they're. I think the only player that performed was Christian McCaffrey. He went crazy. He went for like 3 touchdowns or something over there.
I would say the only one that performed this year was like Kirk. Christian Kirk performed this year, but that's about it.
But yeah, all players will tell you, man, they hate those overseas games.
Hell yeah, it's a jet lag. You fucking don't know what you know what I mean? Like different time zone, like Jose said, it's a bunch of different shit.
So
not the same atmosphere.
I'm really not trying to make an excuse for Miami.
No,
I'm just saying, like, I want to see, like, you want to see players perform at their best, like, without those type of conditions, man. Like, seriously.
Nah.
Like, that's it.
One thing I'll take away, bro. Kansas City still finding a hard way to score, right? You see Miami having a lot of key guys going down this year. Big Fangio is a good defensive coordinator. And you would like for Kansas City to finish a lot of these drives that they got into the red zone instead of kicking all these field goals. And at the end, they ended up getting a touchdown to pretty much seal it. But still, right? You against Miami, you need to do that. You need to score. You can't kick field goals because you can't do that against Buffalo for sure. So you're gonna have to score. I still think they still have some flaws. I know. Marco said this is the type of win we needed. Let's go, this and that. I'm like, bro, did you really see how they did the efficiency they did in the red zone against Miami, which is pretty much limping into the playoffs?
No,
I get it. He's happy for his team, but he should be having some concerns about that.
Just a bit of concern.
Yep.
Well, I mean, he said last week. He said they suck. He said his team has sucked most of the year, but. I mean, of course, every playoff win, you get one. It's one step closer to getting to the gold. And that's all. That's in the end. That's the goal. That's all that matters. So I get what he's saying, but I also get what you're saying, Alex. Same thing that Unk says all the time on Nightcap. Don't accept something in a win you wouldn't accept in a loss. I get exactly what you're saying. So, Jeff, to me, they're the 2020 Steelers or 2022 fucking Vikings. What do you think about the Dolphins this year overall?
No, yeah, I think the Dolphins. I mean, I think Alex said it right now. They limped into the playoffs. They had a lot of injuries late in the season. I know that starting defensive end got hurt, and then the backup got hurt too. That stepped in and was doing real good.
Phillips,
I'm not good with all the names. And then their O-line was a little banged up. And the thing about Miami, even though they do have, or even though Waddle wasn't 100%, they said like he should have probably even played, right?
Yeah. So high ankle sprain. Yep.
Yeah. So but they do depend on their running game. It does open up the passing game, right? And man, Mostert led the league in touchdowns this year. They weren't able to run it no more. And then with Waddle being hurt, I mean, I don't know about those teams how hurt they were, the 2020 Steelers or whatever, but I think it needs to be said. Miami was. I mean, I know everybody's hurt at this time of the year, but they have taken some big injuries.
Mostert got held under 35 yards, and then Devon
Yeah,
Achane had 6 carries for 9 yards.
Yeah, he
There
has
you go.
nuts,
Nuts,
bro.
bro.
Yeah,
But that's
you
also
stop that
another
run, it's over.
But that's another thing too. Like, yeah, you know, the Dolphins stump. Tua was asked. Tua was proving why we have questions about him being even close to a top 10 quarterback. But then Mike McDaniel, bro, again, no adjustments. Another game where this guy just does not rely either on his run game again, or he doesn't change it up. It's predictable as fuck, putting everything in too much on Tua. Like, we're gonna keep criticizing Tua more and more because guess what? You're putting all the pressure and weight on him. I get it. You believe in the kid, and he's up for a extension real soon. I think this offseason he's gonna get it. But like, dude, like you're putting way too much pressure. Why not rely on Mostert? Who, yes, he's old as fuck, but he fucking balling all year for you, right? He led the league in touchdowns, for rushing touches at least, I believe. And then freaking Devon Achane, rookie, young star, fucking go at it, like make them work. But especially when you're fucking weapons on offense, like Tyreek Hill's been hurting most of the year. Waddle's limping his way into this game. Like, use that run game more. Use those tight ends. Use something, bro. Don't put too much on Tua like that. But again, that's another thing. Like, coaching is again like you overthink yourself. I mean, shoot, we said in the text thread, Matt LaFleur almost fucked himself over throwing the ball at the end rather than running the ball and running down the clock. But it is what it is. For real. All right. That's all the playoffs right there. We'll get into predictions about it later. I know you said y'all spoiled it a little bit for yourselves already. But, Alex, I want to go into your top 10 regular season defensive teams. Obviously, we know defense is your specialty. Disregard what you saw at the playoffs. Don't let those things affect you because obviously that's a game changer. We can discuss that later on. But right now, I just want to hear your top 10 defenses. And, guys, go ahead and question them along the way if you want, however you feel.
Honestly, man, this was harder than it was last year because a lot of injuries occurred this year, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and go 1 through 10 because I think that the final spot guys are gonna be kind of throwing you guys off. So number 1, of course, I'm gonna have to go with the Baltimore Ravens. 60 sacks, the NFL with 60 sacks. Number 2, I'm gonna go with San Francisco. I think to me they nudge out Cleveland. I know Cleveland was number 1 for a minute, and just to me that the injuries really did hurt it towards the end of the year. Number 4 is probably gonna shock you guys a lot. I'm gonna go with Buffalo. Buffalo had I think held opponents under 20 points, right? And they had some injuries too to that linebacker core. I didn't think they were going to do that good. But they're able to held opponents to 18 points. That's pretty good. Number 5, I'm going with Dallas. Again, the big games with Dallas to me kind of put them down. You know, against the what was it? The Cardinals. I didn't think they did that much, even though they held the Cardinals to what was it, like 18, 19 points? But but still, like you would think that that they would do good because all they had was pretty much Kyler Murray to defend. Team that didn't make the top 5. I know Mark was probably gonna get pissed at me. Was the Kansas City Chiefs. To me, their secondary is top tier right now. They're really good. Marco said it too, where it's like, yeah, you know, if we held opponents to 220 points, our chances of winning goes up to 80%. Yeah, but that goes with every single team though in the NFL, right? Your chances are really good whenever you go opponents to 18 points. Number 6, I'm gonna go with the Steelers. TJ Watt, I think, makes a huge difference on that team. You take away TJ Watt, are they top 10? I don't think so. TJ Watt makes, and it's crazy to think, right? One player could make such a difference.
They're 1-11 without him, so yeah.
Yeah. And number 18 is probably gonna shock you guys too. Is is the Jets.
No, that's not shocking. They
No, they were top tier.
they're very defensive. They just
Not
got
this
the-
year.
I think
would
the
say that.
NFL said they were ranked number 1 and the offense was ranked number 32 or something like that.
Yeah, the Jets held opponents to 36 touchdowns all year, and granted they're on the field like
all the time.
yeah, like all the time. So for them to
They
actually have that is actually pretty good. I think they got 16 picks. That's pretty good. And number 9 is probably going to shock you guys too. To me, I study a lot of Packers, man. A lot of Packers. Of course, they're the rivals. To me, the Packers are the number 9 defense. I know a lot of people are like, well, they started off really slow. Man, they have 11 forced fumbles, sacks, and held opponents to 20 points. I know that some of those numbers are mediocre, but if you put in those forced fumbles into that category, they could put a lot of pressure on quarterbacks with a lot of young talent on that defense. And then of course number 10, I didn't want to be biased.
Oh hell no! I know you didn't put the damn Bears on this list.
But whenever you go 30,
Bullshit.
whenever the year before you're 32 in rushing yards, and you come back the very following year and you're number 1, and then you let go of your DC, Matt Eberflus takes over, and you have 22 picks, and you lead the league in takeaways. You have to be in your top 10. So I put the Bears in number 10. They beat out the Patriots.
I had 2 disputes on that shit. But go ahead.
I do too, man. I do too.
They beat out the Patriots. They beat out Atlanta. They beat Texans. They beat the Dolphins. Those are the teams that are, to me, that are in the bubble.
All right.
And James did say, I remember a couple of weeks ago, where he said when he was talking about his Dallas team about turnovers, it's always a turnover game, right? Right, James?
Yeah, it is.
Well, the number 10, my number 10 leads the league in takeaways.
Oh my god. All right. So this is your list. This is your list. So it's whatever. I would have taken out the Jets and Bears, to be fair. I don't think the Jets deserve it. I mean, honestly, yes.
Why?
They had to be there most of the time, but at the end of the day, being there most of the time too also hurts you, right? So they get scored on. Yeah, they still got scored on a lot. There's some blowouts within all that span. So it's not their fault, right? It's because the offense couldn't stay on the field. But at the same time, too, you can't reward them for giving them as many points as they did. So I'm sorry, this year it's just not their year. And for the Bears, I get it. They turned it around once the FBI raided the defensive coordinator's house and they had to fire his bitch ass. So yeah, of course shit's gonna happen. And good thing Eberflus took over because stepped up afterwards. But that was after like week 6, week 7. No, I think there's other teams that performed more out throughout the year that did better. And whatever, who cares? He got fired. Whatever, he got raided. Whatever it was. Anyways, I wanted to give the props more to honestly Houston Texans and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. One, because looking at them, the Bucks, they did allow the second lowest average yards per game, right behind, I believe, Bills. So they allowed the almost the least amount of yards on the field per game, and they had a lot of sacks and takeaways as well on their end. So I think Tampa Bay deserved that one. Houston, same thing. They were top 5 in both sacks and yards allowed as well. So I think, and we see where they are today. Both teams are playoff teams, whereas Jets and Bears are not. So this is what I would say is more rewarding for the year for what they did. So that's why I have those 2 out and these 2 in.
Okay, so where are you putting them at?
They're probably like 9 and 10 because I think Green Bay did better than both of them. So they'll probably be 9 and 10, but it's like right there. And then those other teams, I mean, Bears deserve a little more honor, in my opinion, than the Jets. To be fair,
the only thing that the Bears were really bad at, they were trending up, is their air yards. They were dead last whenever Eberflus took over. Then I think he ended up getting them to the middle of the pack towards the end of the year. That's how bad their passing game was until they're able to get everybody healthy. So you're able to see those picks come in, there's turnovers come in. I did want to put the Texans in there. I really did. To me, like James said, the turnover is really what gives you the team chances to win. And I think what the Bears did, they put their team in positions to win a lot this year, and just that their fucking receivers can't catch a damn ball.
Yeah. So anyone else got feelings on his list?
Wait, what receivers can't catch the damn ball?
Bears.
Well, we should go get a quarterback, right?
Yeah, so you can catch it too.
Exactly.
Y'all taking all the quotes from Tom Brady's ex.
NFL theory.
No, I
Can't
like
get the ball, let's go get a
the
quarterback.
list. I actually like the list. You know, I would have shuffled some people around, but all in all, I think those
I
teams
probably-
are still there. The only teams I would have switched, I wouldn't have put the Bucks, Jose. Like I wouldn't have went with the Bucks. In my opinion, I would probably went with your Patriots, and I still would have went with the Jets because those. I mean, in the Texans, I mean, not the Jets, but the Texans. Well, who was it? The Texans and the Patriots. Yeah, I would have added them on there.
I could not put my Patriots because they did allow too many points. They bent a lot. Yeah, they did a stellar performance like in a 6-week span of like.
No, but I'm saying
holding
as
teams
far.
down.
I'm not. But see, I don't really. Of course, the game is built off of points allowed and stuff like that. True, but I'm talking about as like takeaways and stuff like that. I feel like that's what your team does well. But I mean, of course, you guys going.
But that's why I rewarded the Bucks over my Patriots because they were top 2 in yards allowed and they were top 5 in sacks. So like that pressure right there, that shit that they did, that created more opportunity for the Tampa offense and stuff like that. Yeah, my defense was great because they were able to force 3 and outs and they were able to force, really bad passes and shit like that. But at the end of the day, they did not accumulate enough to like make it, winning football, sadly, right? Same thing. Just like the Jets, there's no offense to like really help them out. So I cannot, for the same reasons that I have the Jets out, I can't put New England in, right? Because they were even technically worse.
True.
So, to be fair, but good list, Alex. I like your list for 80% of it. The other 20% I disputed. All right, guys. Damn, I was really hoping Marco would be here, but he had something come up. So I guess we'll. Well, he had surgery, so that's why. It's something like it has to do with that. That's why. What I was gonna say? Should we do the all-time Lakers draft, guys? I'm not Lakers, the Celtics. Should we?
I don't know. I think there's more to talk about. Like, are y'all surprised that McCarthy hasn't got fired? Am I the only one? Am I tripping?
Yeah, I'm pretty upset about it. And this is my point on.
Oh yeah, we're talking about the Cougars. Why would we forget that?
Because at the
coaching carousel.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
good job, Jim.
we've seen your best. We've seen your best. And I was telling somebody yesterday. I was telling my boy JT yesterday. I was like, you look at it like, okay, we went from the Clapper and Kellen Moore. They were predictable, and the offense was stale. So you get McCarthy, and you're like, okay, we're finna change. You see the difference in the offense. Dak's throwing the ball downfield. Dan Quinn's doing numbers with the defense. We're like, okay, now it's time for the next step. And it's 4 years in a row, we end up in the same spot, doing the same thing, and we fall out to the same teams. We always beat up on the little teams. Good teams, we never perform. And it's just like, bro, you have to stop being out-coached. Like, Shanahan out-coached them. Like, dude, like, Sirianni out-coached them. Like, okay, we have to get past that. Like, it's time for somebody else has to come in and do something that you can't do because we're running into the same area every time. Like, we start off hot, then we hit a few losses, and then we bounce back, and then playoffs come, and then we just underperform. Like, and that's what I said. It's the same old Dallas. It's like December and January, like the last 2 weeks of December and the first 2 weeks of January, it's the same thing. The very same thing, bro. And it's just like, I think he needs to be gone. Like, he showed what he can do, and it's just like, it's not enough. It's too much talent on this team to underperform like that, bro. Like, you get this team to a lot of other coaches. If Mike Tomlin had this team.
So 3 straight years, 12-5 regular seasons, humiliating losses in the playoffs.
Yep.
Who right now, as far as coaching availability, would be the best person to replace Mike McCarthy? and
The
to
GOAT.
fix this team?
The GOAT.
There's only one answer, one right answer.
The GOAT.
If he's not coming, then I would not move off Mike McCarthy.
I would take him or Jim.
Exactly.
Jim ain't
But
going.
Jim looks like he's going to the Chargers, right, Harbor?
Yeah.
Or I'm trading for Mike Tomlin. Shit, for all that.
But that's why I would fire him right now because there are some names available. Like, let's go after them instead of waiting. I don't know what we're waiting for. We're really gonna. I know he has one more year on his contract, but like with the names available.
But would you not take a hit for that? Like,
Huh?
would you not take a hit for that? Honestly,
Yeah, I'm taking a hit. Shit, you get paid.
I would take a financial hit for that.
And that's what I was talking to my brother and my mom about that yesterday. Like, is Jerry Jones comfortable selling the star, or you gonna show the fan base that you're trying to win? Because at some point you have to. And everybody keeps talking about, oh, Jerry and Belichick's not going to work. He's not going to relinquish that power. But I'm like, at what point are we just like we're just going to be the same team?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just like we're not going to try to progress. We're just going to keep doing it to the same thing, running into the same circle, just over and over.
Did you see that one interview, or not interview, but the panel? And gosh damn it, I can't remember the guy's name. He used to play for Dallas, and he was saying, I was in the organization for 8 years, so on and so forth. Did y'all see that interview?
Who was it?
I don't remember who the hell he was, but basically he was talking about, like, he goes, I played with several teams, one being Dallas, and then I think he played for Philly or something like that. And he was talking about he saw the owner, the higher ups, basically like twice his entire career there. He's like, so it's different at Dallas because you see these guys every day because they're so involved. He's like, you need to step back.
Yeah,
that's what's hurting the organization.
Cole Beasley always talks about that.
I don't remember who the fuck.
I think it was Cole Beasley.
No, it was a black.
No,
dude.
he said 8 years.
Are you talking about
he said 8.
Swagoo?
Cole Beasley wasn't there that long.
Who?
Well, Swagoo from
Are you talking about ESPN or what was this on?
I think it was ESPN.
Yeah,
It
first.
could have been Marcus Spears.
Yes, Marcus Spears.
Spears.
Yeah.
Yep. Spears. That was it. I just couldn't remember his name. Spears.
See, Marcus Spears is a real one. He keeps it all. He keeps
he
it
was
real
talking
when it
about
comes
it,
to Dallas, bro.
Y'all never saw that interview though.
Mm-mm. But I understand it though because that's what everybody says. I think
Bad.
Bomani Jones just said the same thing. He was like, if I'm taking a team, he was like, if I'm Bill Belichick, he's like, do I really want to deal with that headache of worrying about if Jerry Jones going to be there every day? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody that's talented, bro, go somewhere, make money elsewhere. Leave us alone. Let me do what you paying me to do. Like, it
was the Ravens
hanging out the pot. Like,
that's I guess that's why I'm kind of in agreement with, like, I know y'all want to go. It would, like, honestly, if Jerry Jones left it alone, Belichick would definitely turn this team around and get y'all a 6th title. But that's the thing, Jerry Jones will never leave it alone.
And that's what he's saying.
It's not about the star because he is the star in his opinion.
Yeah.
He is the embodiment of those 5 championship wins, despite the fact that he wasn't even there.
It's Jimmy Johnson shit. Like, if Jimmy Johnson go to Dallas, Dallas is never Dallas. We don't talk about this as an America's team without Jimmy Johnson. So let's be clear.
I think that's what I told Jeff.
It's a living lie to sit here and say that Jerry Jones built this. No, you did not. You're standing on the back of Jimmy Johnson, bro. Hands down. That's the only reason we speak of this team like that. So
and let me. Oh, go ahead,
Alex.
Just to piggy off something off what James just said, Jimmy Johnson was the one that wanted to get rid of what was that running back's name? Herschel Walker, right?
Yeah.
Herschel Walker.
What's the name?
Herschel
Jimmy.
Walker.
I mean, the owner Jerry Jones did not want to move off him because at that time he was one of the big names in the NFL. Jimmy Johnson knew he had to move off them. That he got a bunch of draft picks for him, and that's basically how the Cowboys little dynasty started up.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, people, I'm sitting here like, bro, like we're just selling a legacy, bro. Like, so making money. Like, as long as these jerseys keep flying, this merchandise is moving, this man is comfortable.
For context, just so everybody knows what I'm talking about. So it was Marcus Spears, like we said. So I thought it was the Eagles, but it was the Ravens. And he says, I played for the Baltimore Ravens where Ozzie Newsome was the general manager. Harbaugh was the head coach. And I saw Steve Bukowski twice in 8 months. He's like, stop telling me about coaches. The coach that coaches for Dallas comes in at a disadvantage. They come in a deficit. They basically don't have control over anything.
Yeah. And I believe it because it's been plenty of times where Jason Garrett or Mike McCarthy said, okay, they're asking questions, what is this guy going to do? An hour later, a report, Jerry Jones, oh, yeah, he's going to play.
But let me ask you this. Let me ask you this counter then. So do you think that that's why? Because everybody said Jason Garrett should have been fired a long time before he did.
Oh yeah.
Do you think because he's a yes man?
Yes, bro.
yes.
You have to be a yes man to play.
So that's why he stayed there. He's like, okay, he's listening. He's doing what I say.
Well, that's why he hired Mike McCarthy, because Mike McCarthy decided to spend the night with him and have a little camp out at the house, and they were like buddies, and they're like, oh well, after some. Now we're gonna fucking be partners, and I'll be your daddy. Call me Daddy Jones.
That's why I don't think Mike McCarthy should be let go, right? Because I definitely will not pick Bill Belichick over him just because of his age, right? And then and then the thing is too,
if you're talking about coaches in general, I don't give a fuck about your age. Belichick is fucking 100 times better still than Mike McCarthy.
Excuse me, Alex, what did you just say?
No. Look,
here.
Because here's the thing: like, if Bill Belichick comes into the team, what's he gonna benefit? Dak Prescott and that offensive scheme. That defense is already good, right? But everybody in Dallas always hates.
Not good enough in the playoffs. Not good enough to step up when they need to.
So exactly. What's Bill Belichick gonna do?
This is where I said. This is where you need. Okay, this is what I say we need Belichick for. There's experience. There's a lot of stuff that can't be taught from certain people because they haven't been on that level. Somebody like Belichick has won on that level, so why would you not listen to him? And him being the defensive genius that he is, you bring in somebody offensive minded like Josh McDaniels that does well with quarterbacks.
I got you. Why he would fix the issues that Dak has right now with playing in general. He would fix Dak. I'll tell you that right now. I've said this before. If y'all don't want Dak for the Cowboys, y'all could have traded him to the Patriots with Belichick. And this is why I think, if you want to say Mac Jones, it didn't work out. Well, we all knew Mac Jones was going to be ass cheeks. I said that from the get-go. I never believed that shit, okay?
I said that from the way you started walking when he got drafted. He ain't my quarterback.
I said that from the get-go. I said that from the get-go. I was pissed. I wanted Justin Fields. But anyways, going back to it. With Dak Prescott, the thing that he can benefit from getting Belichick is that he's going to get the same shit that Tom Brady got from Belichick. He's going to learn the fucking true defenses. Tom Brady might have been really good on offense, right? But he needed to learn the defensive side, to really truly learn the defense. I don't feel Dak knows the fucking defense that he looks at when he's playing against him. He doesn't know to read coverages as well as he should. His players have been very talented. He's had Amari Cooper, great. He's had CeeDee Lamb, great. At one point, he had Des Bryant, very short stint, but if he was healthier, it might have been great.
Yeah.
But what he's going to learn from Belichick that Tom Brady has, they're going to spend 3 to 4 hours together reading coverages and defenses. Bill's going to quiz him the whole way, and he's going to learn a lot of valuable information from Bill just from sitting down once a week, just like Tom did with Bill.
I'm telling you, because the same thing Cam Newton, that's what Cam Newton spoke about. He was like, he has a dry sense of humor, but he was like, that man is an open book. And he was like, you will learn the game. And I hate it for Cam because I felt like that's what Cam needed. I hate it for all black quarterbacks. Now, I'm not trying to make it about race, but truly, black quarterbacks come in a notch down under the other counterparts because why? They're mostly mobile and athletic. They're not just true pocket passers. Not all of them. Some are like your Russells, your Donovan McNabbs are kind of like your Steve McNairs. They're kind of different because those guys was like, they could sit in the pocket. But I'm saying, like, dude, he could really benefit for somebody like that. And it was at the tail end of his career in a fucked up situation. It sucked, but it happened. But I'm saying, like, Dak would do numbers with somebody like Bill Belichick, bro. And then you bring in the offensive mind like Josh McDaniels, man, like, and just to allude to what everything Jose said, it's going to take his game already from where he's at to another level.
If you get it. But that's what I'm saying too. Like, the only reason I also think it just sadly will not work is because as long as Jerry Jones is gonna fucking stick his nose in every fucking business of the football aspect, it's just not gonna work. But I do think Mike McCarthy has shown you all
Yeah.
he can do.
Yeah.
And that's it. And it's again, Alex. Yes, I know you think that. Well, he's doing okay enough to be here, dude. 12-5 every year is fine. But if you're gonna suck in an embarrassing fashion every year in playoffs, what does it matter? Year one, you'll run when you have no timeouts. The second year, you put Zeke at center by himself with no fucking O-line to get fucking humiliated, and then you go in home field advantage, freaking division winners. Easiest path you've had to get to the NFC Championship,
Undefeated at home.
and you get your 16 straight games, and you're like, I am undefeated at home, and then you get your ass cheeks clapped 48-16. Don't talk to me about 48-32. It was 48-16. That shit was embarrassing to watch.
I only said there was only one coach, and I think it'll be Jim Harbaugh. I think that's the only guy you can honestly move off. What's the name? McCarthy, because Jim is a quarterback coach. You know, he played in the NFL as a quarterback. He could actually help Dak Prescott, even though Mike McCarthy actually really did help Dak from his.
He did. He made the offense a lot easier for him and stuff like that. But we still run into the same challenges. The play call gets stagnant. We're not aggressive.
But the thing is, too, if you look at Jim's resume in Michigan, he has a really good running game, man, and he makes some really good designs where he shifts the linebackers. I mean, not the linebackers.
Here's the issue. Here's the issue, and it's a problem that he's going to run into the LA if he does end up signing there. Is the owner, right, either LA or Dallas, willing to give Jim all the power that he had in Michigan? Because that's the benefit he has in Michigan. He has all the power to get his personnel, to get how the workouts and everything, the schedule he runs in Michigan, perfect to a T. I think LA is finally willing to do that because they've been stingy as fuck. I don't think Dallas is going to be willing to do that because Jerry Jones is CEO, CFO, GM, the Dalai Lama, all that shit in Dallas. And I don't think fucking Jim Harbaugh, Bill Belichick, anybody has a chance as long as Jerry Jones is sadly still breathing.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's so the whole carousel of okay, are we gonna get a new quarterback? I'm in a new head coach. I agree with Alex to the point of I don't think we're gonna move off of McCarthy. I truly don't, just because Jerry's comfortable. He can come out and say all this hoopla, I want to win, I want to do this, I want to do that. But, dude, you don't, because this dude is still on your organization. He's still on your roster. You're still coaching him. You're not willing to make any moves. No splashes in free agency. You don't want to bring no new faces in. You don't want to add. You don't want to trade. These teams that are winning are going to get what they need to go to the next level. That's point blank period. And you're not trying to do that. You don't want to move off of nobody. So until that's proven, we're gonna be the same team, bro. It's really nothing to talk about. Belichick is not coming, and I hope he goes to Atlanta. And I hope he trades for Justin Fields, and I hope he turns that organization around. I really do.
Do not give up the 8th pick for Justin Fields. I like Justin Fields.
I'm not giving up the 8th pick.
Do not give up the 8th pick. That's the rumor that Alex is talking about. But no, do not give up the 8th pick.
If they finesse Justin for the 8th pick, bro, and the Bears still suck next year.
Oh my god.
Bro,
all right, Jeff, your thoughts? You're also a Cowboys fan.
I was just gonna throw out. There's so many other good coaches, right? But Mike Vrabel, would you take Mike Vrabel?
Oh hell yeah, I forgot about Mike.
I would like him.
I'll take Mike.
Yeah, I think he would bullshit Jerry and do what he wants, but I don't know. He might make it one season. But
Jeff, I want to ask Jeff real quick. This is the offseason that supposedly Dak is going to get an extension, right? Supposedly, right? He has a no trade clause and all that shit. But it's also the offseason. You're probably going to give CeeDee Lamb and Michael Parsons a contract. So where are we really going to cut the line? Because you can't pay everybody. Because you're still paying the O-line big money too. So what are we doing? So Jeff, tell me what you think.
If it was me, and I know what Cowboys are going to do. If it was me, I would, based off performance, all the yards. He had 400 yards during that playoff game. I would make Dak take the pay cut. You know what I mean? Of course, I want to keep CeeDee Lamb. But to give him the max extension, make him the highest paid quarterback in the league, I don't think he earned that on Sunday, So if he gets it, it's just like wow, you know, it's like sticking with Mike McCarthy. It's just like, well, yeah, I guess so, you know, like this is what we're gonna do, you know, and then like another 8 years, whatever, like, you know, it's just like, yeah, we're just gonna be on repeat until Jerry Jones is gone, you know, and I just, man, if they do that, I think they're gonna be clowned. So I don't see them doing it.
It's gonna get done.
Trey?
Yeah.
What do you think? This is
I was
offseason.
laughing at something.
This is the offseason. They have to pay Lamb, Dak, and Micah. What do you think they should do?
They're fucked, bro. Man, that's tough. I would definitely see if Dak can restructure, or not restructure, but take a more generous
hometown discount.
Yeah, hometown discount type deal.
There you go.
Ain't nothing to see.
Hold on. We just talked about he can play good. It's not his fault fully. Come on now. He had a good season to an extent.
He's not wrong, James. It's not, I say I don't think it's Dak's fault fully for the loss.
That's what I'm saying.
The defense gave up 41 points.
As far as Micah goes,
so
no.
Dak takes a pay cut.
Okay.
Parsons takes a pay cut, and you make CD the highest player, highest wide receiver in the
How
league.
did CD play this week?
Okay, first off, I don't think Parsons would take a pay cut. I could see Dak doing it. I don't see Parsons doing it.
Mike is going to be the
But that's what I was leading at.
If Micah don't take it, he can take his ass wherever Dan Quinn is going. And we could they could just give us some picks.
First off,
and we'll be
you don't
good.
want to lose Michael Parsons. That's a lot.
Whoever, shit. Did you see the defense?
I can't believe how much he underperformed. I don't understand what happened on Sunday with him. I just like one pressure or something.
Does Nick Bosa always show up on film? Does TJ Watt always show up on film?
But he also, in his defense, he did get held a lot this year on a lot of things that I saw.
Everyone gets held a lot, though.
Bro, everybody get held, bro. Like, if you're a dog, be a dog. I'm not saying Micah's not a dog. I'm just saying.
My only issue with Micah is that after like week 12, he kind of disappears too.
Yeah.
No, sorry, but I was distracted because I was reading. It says five black quarterbacks, because of what James said too. 5 black quarterbacks made it to the divisional round this year. All of them under 28 years old. Safe to say the league's in good hands. And
then Baker Mayfield's on there.
That's all.
No, he's honorary, bro. Baker got his card in Cleveland, bro.
I was reading it, but I had my thumb over Baker. So I was like, 5 black quarterbacks. And then I started looking. I was like,
damn, he's the only white quarterback left? Wow.
Dude, that's why I was dying laughing. That shit was funny.
Bro, no. To be serious, though, bro, like, they're gonna front in a lot of guaranteed money to players and restructure players, and all 3 of them will be paid, bro. I guarantee you. Like,
that's tough.
I still think the Dak needs to take a discount.
And CD's gonna get a nice little check. Like,
I think out of the 3, I would definitely pay CD for sure. I would ask Dak to take a cut, and then try and work something out with Parsons. For sure.
Dak's not gonna take a cut. They're just gonna front end guarantee.
Well, you know what I mean. That's what I mean by like the hometown shit. Like,
I will make Micah. I will pay Micah generously though. I'm not gonna lie.
I would pay him decent for sure. I wouldn't make him the highest paid, but I would.
I don't think I'm making CD the highest paid wide receiver. I don't.
Well,
that's
Go ahead.
What do you do with your running backs though? Because that was one thing that they really needed.
Pollard can go because I'm mad. Zeke went and got him some clam chowder and started balling him.
Wait, hold on. Was I right about Pollard then?
I ain't gonna lie.
You was right as fuck.
I was wrong. I thought Pollard was gonna have a good year.
Seriously, coming into the season, I was like, I know he's gonna have a slow start, but I figured he would come around.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Donald was out there balling more than fucking Pollard was.
No, he had a slow finish, slow beginning, slow middle, slow end, slow fucking everything.
Like, and then he wasn't catching the ball either. Did he block?
I'm telling you, Ezekiel Elliott was the number 1 in Dallas last year.
Okay, but does Zeke play good enough to get $16 million this year?
No, he's not. But still,
but that's what it is. But that's what it is. You can't keep him because you're overpaying his ass. You can't. He's not worth $16 million. You don't keep him. Okay, then get someone else.
So you cut him and you bring him back. You don't just send him packing like that. Shit.
Hey, we'll talk to you in about a year. Come back.
Hell yeah. Hey, go to New England. Let me see what you got, and then come back.
Show me.
You know what?
Somewhere in the
He's learned something. He's gonna go wherever Belichick goes.
Hey, what if Belichick joined Dallas and then brought Zeke back? Sheesh.
Or since Belichick's a free agent and he might sign with the Falcons, Zeke will be Bijan's backup.
Dude,
Damn.
John
They
Cordell
got too many
Patterson,
backups.
Tyler Algier, Zeke Elliott.
I think Cordero Patterson's a free
He
agent.
might as well not have anything
gonna
on
be-
the line, bro. Out of your dog.
Cordero Patterson's gonna look to be a punt returner somewhere else. Don't
Put
worry.
Zeke back on the line.
No. Turn Zeke into a tight end, bro. Shit.
Exactly.
All right, so let me ask y'all this: since we talked a lot about Cowboys today, and I feel like this is it's been a very Cowboy heavy game.
I wonder why.
Yeah, right.
I'm saying,
All right.
It's America's team, baby. That's
Y'all
it.
here doing open heart surgery and shit.
Pete,
Let me
well,
heal.
speaking about open heart surgeries, Pete Carroll got pushed out of Seattle and is no longer the head coach because the owner decided that his style was no longer good enough
That's so sad.
and made him into a front office advisor. So, who should be the successor of Pete Carroll?
So
In
he
Seattle.
got fired, but
No,
they
he got
kept-
pushed
He
out.
never
No,
got fired.
he
Yeah.
didn't. They,
Never got
to
fired.
keep his contract because they didn't want to
Basically
fire
became
him.
an executive.
Yeah, they made him an executive. They said that you can no longer be our head coach,
So he didn't get fired. He got promoted, technically.
but the same pay
Yeah,
in office.
it sucks.
Yeah, I wonder if he would leave for another head coach, right? But yeah, who to replace in Seattle? Man.
So Mike Vrabel's out there.
I was gonna say,
A lot of
what
people
was-
think
what
Dan
was-
Quinn might be it.
There's Vrabel, there's
Dan
Dan Quinn, there's Bill Belichick, there's
Mike McDonald, is that the Ravens DC?
Yeah, and then you going for they got the OC, the Lions OC, their DC, and then they're saying you got Eric Bieniemy.
the enemy. Thank you. That was the other one I was thinking of.
Well, we know how strong, heavy that offense is, right? We got
Yeah.
Geno is your probably weakest point, but you still got Kenneth Walker, you got DK Metcalf, you got a JSN, and you got an agent Tyler Lockett. So what guy can go in there to really fix the shit? Now Alex kept saying Belichick. I don't think that if they pushed out a 72-year-old
Pierce.
Pete Carroll, there is no way 71-year-old Bill Belichick's going to come to replace
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I would think someone like either Vrabel, but my favorite would be somebody that's offensive minded, like Eric Bieniemy, who would do a number with the talent that's on that roster, as far as getting all those guys going and using them to their strengths and stuff like that. I just don't know how he will be at a head coaching position. He's a great OC, but as far as I think that head coaching thing is a different.
I think with Eric is that a lot of people that are ex-players saying that he's not the type of guy that really demands a locker room, and that's why a lot of people shy away from the head coaching gig whenever his name's brought up, because he's not one of those type of coaches. Right?
There's other
So
reasons.
It's really hard.
There's other reasons,
But
too,
that's. I said Belichick because I think out of all the teams that's looking for a head coach, that team is right now is ready to win now. As far as the other, I don't think Bill will go to Atlanta because they still gotta build something there. I think Seattle's one of those teams that's right now that if he goes there, he could turn them into a Super Bowl contender right now whenever he shows up.
Sure, that's
why I
not
said
what they came out and said for him today. They said he wants a young team. He wants a young team that he could
mold.
What did they say?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I think he spent
was
3.5
shocked
hours
that.
with Arthur Blank, the owner of the Falcons, yesterday with that interview. He spent 3.5 hours to know about the guy. And Bill Belichick is not going to go to an organization where he can't understand football with the owner. So, for example, the owner for the Seahawks is Jody Allen, I believe, and she's not a football expert. She's not. That's not her realm. That was her dad's realm, right? She inherited his team, and that's not the shit he's probably going to look for. So I think Atlanta's one of those options that is perfect because he wants to build a relationship where they have mutual understanding that his way will be the way that helps them, but they both understand football, right? Like that's kind of why the discontent between him and Kraft went, right? You know, Kraft thought his way was right, Belichick thought his way was right. The marriage fell apart. Obviously, the Tom Brady shit was a real factor, but I don't think you're gonna, like I said, I don't think you're gonna push out a 72-year-old to move on to a 71-year-old. That seems counterproductive.
Yeah. Well, they're saying, well, is the Raiders still re-signing Antonio Pierce? There's no word on that yet, right?
They have to interview a lot of other people because of the Rooney Rule. They have to interview at least 2 minority people outside the organization, and then they can go ahead and decide that. So,
and then another one I saw is Mike Slowick from the Houston Texans offensive coordinator.
Is it Mike? No, isn't it Ben Slowick?
Yeah, Ben Slowick. I'm sorry, you're right.
Yeah, the Houston Texans OC, like he's becoming a real favorite, especially after like how he turned around this offense this season.
Yeah. So there's
coming from the Kyle Shanahan tree. That benefits CJ Stroud a lot. D'Amico Ryans was able to bring a couple of dudes from that organization.
And the Falcons just interviewed Jim Harbaugh.
The Falcons did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
So he interviewed for them and the Chargers.
Yep. I just got the notification that he just interviewed with them.
I honestly think he's gonna go to the Chargers because I think the Chargers are gonna get Ian Cunningham as their GM, and Ian Cunningham comes from the Kansas City tree too. He came to Chicago to work under Ryan Poles, and he got interviewed to I think Washington, and I think Washington went another route, which is probably the best thing for Ian Cunningham, and the Chargers interviewed him, so I think he's gonna get the Charger.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moving parts this offseason, bro.
Yeah.
So
think about it. This one, in my opinion, this is probably one of the craziest offseasons. There's a lot of head coaches and then a lot of free agents, bro. A lot of free agents.
We can all agree Tennessee's probably gonna be the worst team next year, right?
I'd say pretty close to it.
They have Will Levis. They don't have Derrick Henry no more. DeAndre Hopkins will probably ask for a trade. Nobody seems to really want to interview or go over there. So I think Tennessee's kind of like in a rut. So I did want to ask y'all because I know Alex was kind of indifferent about it. How do y'all feel about the Patriots really moving ahead real quick and hiring Gerard Mayo as the new head coach for my team?
That was fast.
I was surprised. I just thought they would go like a different direction, right? Like, I thought, to replace Belichick. I mean, and it's a hard act to follow, right? And they went internal, and that's what they wanted to do. I was pretty surprised by it.
I'm shocked, bro. I mean, I like it because I like you got a homegrown player / coach who already, can demand the locker room, know the team, knows the organization, knows what winning is, what it takes. So it's a great pick. It's a really, really good pick. It's just like, I mean, it's just shocking, bro. Because it's like I never thought I'd see Brady in another uniform, and then you don't think you would see Belichick coaching anywhere else but New England. So
I think I'm more surprised with how fast it happened. That's what caught me off guard.
So, but y'all understand how it happened, right?
Yeah. I know how it happened. I've been following all season.
I'm just saying,
especially
Belichick left. And then what? I didn't know week later.
Like, yeah, but you saw, but they already talked though. That's the thing. Like the season was already coming to an end.
Yeah,
they had like that big ass meeting, him and Robert Kraft. So you kind of knew it was already discussed.
Yeah.
And then when it finally broke, it was just like, damn, they really did it. So it's
One thing about the Mayo hire that I don't know, I'm 50-50 with it because whenever Mayo played, he was a really smart linebacker. So, like, in a sense that he does know a lot of football. I think Bill kind of like set up a layup for him because I'm pretty sure he's the one that did that in his contract, or he was able if he were So I think Bill deserves a lot of credit for that, and I know Mayo is forever grateful for that. Yeah. But the one thing I didn't like is just that like they move too fast. And sometimes like DeMeco Ryans took 2 years for him to get a head coaching job. The year before, he couldn't really get a gig, so he decided to stay in San Francisco because he didn't see nothing open. And then he saw the Houston gig was open, and they pretty much they knew what he was about, so they ended up getting him. And I know there's a lot of talks too with ex-players about Mayo. They think that he'll do good because, like I said, he's such a intelligent football player, and you could see him as a head coach. I don't know. It's just that the resume doesn't really go right. With DeMeco Ryans, you kind of saw the resume. An assistant moving up to DC, having the best what's it called, defense for a really long time under DeMeco Ryans.
But that's not his fault because Bill Belichick, if you've noticed, since Matt Patricia left as the DC, he never officially hired a DC again.
Yeah.
If you know that, the last 7 years, we have not had an official DC since then. So everyone's been like, okay, well, you'll probably do the play calling, but you're going to be mainly this, like, right? His son, Steve and Brian have been like the guys that have kind of been like the play callers and stuff like that for the special teams and defense. So we haven't had an official DC this whole time. So Gerard Mayo never had the chance to go up there because that's just what it was in New England, right? But check it out. Like, he's been our linebackers coach for like the last 4 or 5 seasons. And he was our captain since his rookie year in 2008. He didn't play long. He played under 10 years. But everyone will tell you, man, that this guy was the leader of our defense, right? Alongside with Dante Hightower, along with Ninkovich and stuff like that. Like, these guys, like this guy though, he commanded the room from day one, bro. As a rookie, and that's tough to do, especially in the Belichick locker room, right? Like, you're demanding the locker room from guys, especially coming from a Patriots defense, where everyone's gonna have like strong opinions of themselves, right? Because everyone's gonna play tough for Belichick and shit like that. But Gerard Mayo commanded the room, and he had commanded the room every year that he played with them, including the Seattle Seahawks victory in Super Bowl 49. He retired young. He said, I like to transition to coaching, and they brought him in right away, essentially. He would be in meetings every day as a player with the coaches. So he was learning like his coaching role and what he could adapt for it and all this stuff since rookie year. So this is not like a slow transition of like, oh, well, you need to be hired in one position, then promote, and then finally get to this stuff. He's kind of been honestly earning this job, this role from the get-go. DeMeco Ryan, Mike Vrabel, all these guys that have become great linebackers for their organizations and then transitioning over to head coaches. This is just another transition of that. We have another linebacker who's going to probably do great as a head coach. And he's been doing this from 2008 to now. So I like the move. It's a succession plan that Belichick approved, Kraft approved. They all believe that this guy was their future if Belichick was to retire or leave. And this is where we are now. I like the move. It's younger. But
it's a freshness. And the thing about it is, like I said, you got a hometown guy. You didn't get somebody that came from somewhere else that you don't really know nothing about. Like, they know this guy's ins and outs. You know what I mean? Like, he's in familiar territory. So it's nothing new. It's new to the world. But for New England, this is just like, we got our guy. You know? He could have easily stepped out and was like, I'm just going to go look somewhere else, but they got the person that they wanted that knows the organization in the from top to bottom, so it's perfect for them. It's just like what DeMeco is to Houston. Like, they drafted him, they know him, he played there. You got J.J. Watt, Andre Johnson, and all these other guys endorsing him. Like, so yeah, he might have been great for 49ers, but they knew who they was getting when they interviewed him. They already had the pick sold in. They just had to do the process. So it's just like, people know what they want, man, and they like. For those two guys, like, I'm more than happy for them. Like,
I think one of the biggest factors too is that, like you said, we're doing it in-house, but it just shows you that the Patriots were ready to like really take that step forward. Now, what will happen for the offensive side? That's the question.
Yeah.
By the way, does it sound like muffled to y'all? Y'all hear something?
No.
Just me.
Just
me. Okay, cool.
I just hope he gets the right guy that can lead that team offensively. Like, I hope he don't struggle, man, because that's the sad part when you double down on something and then you know what I'm saying. It doesn't go the way it's supposed to go, and you got to start from behind. It's just an ugly look because people get to talking and saying, "Oh, this guy's not ready, and he should have waited." And nah. I hope he gets the right guy so they can have immediate success again. Like, because league's not right with Patriots losing, bro. It's not.
I mean, I think some people could live after 20 years of experience of us being on the back burner.
Nah, because the Jets ain't doing a good job at winning. Miami not doing a good job. Buffalo don't know if they want to win. So they just put shit back in order, bro.
All right, but the Patriots back as a real America's team. You're right. Get that shit. Let's get.
Hey, chill out, bro. Chill out. Go too far.
Nah. Look, give me Caleb Williams at the 3 since none of you fuckers want him. So give me at the 3, and we'll change the game here.
Hey, you can have him in that damn black fingernail polish.
What does that matter? If he fucking balls out and plays better than your guy, then what does that matter?
Nothing.
Okay.
Draft
Okay. Wait. How are you gonna bitch about me calling Deshaun Watson massage Watson, but you're over here crying about painting fingernails? Come on, bro.
I didn't call him out his name. He still can't.
Hey, Jose.
Bill Nas X Williams.
Hey, let me have a question for you guys.
You don't know who the masseuses were, so I don't know why you're really questioning it.
In today's game, would you guys take a quarterback that's 6'4", 230, 220 maybe, and could stay in the pocket and really zip it down the field? Or would you take a 5'11", 6 foot guy? Could occasionally throw it in the pocket, right? But when he's out of the pocket, he could be really good.
Are we talking about Justin Fields and Caleb Williams?
No, we're not. No, we're not.
I was wondering.
I was like, is this Bryce Young and CJ Stroud?
No,
What are we talking about?
well, I'm not gonna tell you guys, but just I would not to the end. Go ahead and pick.
Okay, so
Would he pick a bigger quarterback? Would he pick a bigger quarterback that could sling it, or a shorter quarterback that could, he could struggle at times if he has pressure in his face because he's, of course, he's smaller.
I feel like you're leading us towards picking to the bigger guy. You're not really giving the little guy any favors. Well, he's little, so he's gonna struggle a lot more. So
I guess it's how you evaluate quarterbacks, right? Of course, the smaller guys can be able to get away from defenders and break away, but to tell you the truth, the bigger guys is probably a little bit faster than the smaller guy. But
well, it just depends,
I'm
right?
so lost with this, but
he did not give us a good favor for the second option, right? Like, I'm not the only one that sees it, right? Like, really leading us to the first one.
Well, I think it's about, it's a couple things, right? Like a Russell Wilson, right? Like he was short and a lot of people doubted him and he came in and won a Super Bowl. But, right, he didn't have the longevity, right? Because the shorter quarterback, you're not going to be as quick as you get a little older. You're not going to be able to scramble and then you're going to, set back a little bit. The league has always been about the pocket passer. But it has moving to that trend of the Wilson Wilsons, Lamar Jacksons. That's like the new trend, and it seems like it's working. So it's hard to pick, right? Do you want a guy like Josh Allen, right? Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson? Take your pick. I don't know.
I'm taking Josh.
I would rather the bigger guy. If the rough question is what you're asking, I would rather the bigger guy.
Yeah. I'm taking a gunslinger.
Yeah, he still didn't give the second guy good options.
So now here.
Who that you were originally saying, Alex?
It's Drake Maine and Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams is 6'1". Don't fucking put him at 5'11".
He's 5. I think he's 5'11", but they list him at 6'1". They list him at 6'1". He's 5'11".
It's like saying
I ain't gonna lie, I like Drake May. I like that kid.
So you sit next to him, so you know he's 5'11". We know this for sure. How do we cut 2 inches off this motherfucker?
If it's really if you watch USC games, they actually say they add a few inches to Caleb Williams. Like all the guys, whenever you watch the game, they all say that. Like all the people that are calling the games are you could tell people that are calling it. They're like, they add inches to Caleb Williams because he's not really 6'1".
I don't know. Either way, you clearly wanted us to all pick Dre May because you did not give Caleb Williams a fair shot.
No,
Or he's a little shaky. He doesn't throw it at you, But the guy's big and he's accurate as fuck.
Yeah, if you watch the college game, you'll be able to know.
Yeah, but you didn't really give us a fair option. I thought you were less like. Ooh.
You basically.
What am I supposed?
What would you do? Would you pick a short guy that sucks or a tall guy that's good?
Yes, that's what you did. That's literally what you did.
Tall guy that's good.
I said the short guy can make plays whenever he's out of the pocket.
That's not what you said originally. That's not what you said. You said he's kind of shaky with his passes.
Yeah.
When he's in the pocket. When he's in the pocket and they bring the blitz.
Nah, you did not. You did. That's not how you said it. That's not how you said it. That's why I was saying, you never gave him a chance. There's no way the second option was going to be an option for us.
It's okay. We understood the point of it, though.
Yeah.
He
still doesn't like Caleb Williams. I get it. Yeah, that's the point.
I think Drake May is making it.
The point is, you better keep Justin Fields.
No.
Keep Justin Fields. I want Caleb Williams.
I think it's for Drake May to make it a conversation who's going to go number one should tell you something, right?
As far as number one QB, I mean, I think it's
number
Caleb.
one QB.
I think it's still. I still think it's Caleb. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like it's still Caleb.
I like Caleb Williams too, but I don't know, man. Watching Drake May and Drake May could make these crazy passes like Josh Allen. He's making it really hard.
Not everyone's Josh Allen, bro. Even Josh Allen wasn't Josh Allen until he got the right OC.
That's true.
Same could be said.
It's funny, bro. It's funny because y'all remember that one time the Bills played the Jaguars and Jalen Ramsey was disrespecting the hell out of Josh Allen. He was like, he got a big arm, but shit, he ain't accurate. He was like, all you gotta do is play cover man against him, and he can't read the defense. Then what you gonna do then? And I was just like, oh.
Insert Brian Daboll and look at that shit turn around. Real quick.
That's what I'm saying. You see how and I'm you brought this to my attention all day because I wasn't really the type of person that look into OCs and backgrounds and stuff like that. But when you made it when you was talking about Josh Allen and his success and stuff like that, then what happened with Daniel Jones, it made perfect sense because you got that man paid, bro. He got that man. They chose Daniel Jones over Saquon Barkley. It's fucking wild.
They chose Daniel Jones or possibly getting traded for Lamar.
That's crazy, bro. Nobody wanted that man. Now look at him. It's crazy.
Yeah. But, I mean, whatever. I mean, there's a lot of things that's going to happen this offseason. The draft, I'm still looking forward to the draft. Obviously.
I'm looking forward to the offseason because I want to see what the hell people is going to do. It's going to be some shuffling. I know there's a lot of people up for contracts, and there's a lot of people that's going to be on the move.
It's going to be a crazy offseason, bro.
It's going to be a crazy offseason. I'm not even worried about the draft because it's going to be the whole.
Who's hosting the draft this year, Jeff?
Are we doing it? That'd be fun. Let's do it.
Yeah, we're not driving up to Trey's house again.
Right here, bro.
You gotta take a jet to Trey house, man.
Hey, take it easy, okay?
Bro, it took Alex 2 hours to get home.
Oh my god, bro! I thought I was driving forever, bro.
Y'all are being dramatic, bro.
I left on time and was still late. I left out bro. Come on, bro.
Jeff, you know what didn't help Alex? He told my sister-in-law, his girl, he told her it's only gonna be a 1 hour draft. 4 hours later. 4 hours later. God damn. And then of course it takes him fucking an hour after he left my house to get back home. So
crazy, bro.
I don't know.
Trey might be on our side by then. He might be in Elmendorf. We might have to drive to Floresville.
Trey, we got.
I would tell Alex to host it.
You know what?
Y'all
aren't invited over no more.
Fuck y'all. Hey, if I were to do it, I could do it in our patio.
I'm gonna quote Django Unchained. Don't ask me in mine for nothing. Okay?
Hey, were we
If
gonna
you
run
know,
this
you
time
know.
with the mask or without the mask?
I can't see fucking. Get out. If you know, you know. The greatest scene in that fucking movie ever. Thank you, James, for understanding life. Have you seen that movie, Jeff? Because you're not
Which
laughing.
one? Which one?
Oh shit,
Django Unchained.
Django. Oh,
Yeah. Which part?
Oh, yeah.
When they
Be
write
grateful my wife made us this.
I can't see shit out of these things.
Yeah,
Who put the
yeah.
Don't ask me
mask?
in mine for nothing.
Oh god, bro.
Greatest fucking scene ever.
Oh
So
man.
wearing the mask or not?
I hate that movie, but I love it.
It's
You
so-
don't hate that movie? Fuck you. You don't
so
hate that
funny.
movie.
I do, bro, because I can only watch that part. Like I can't watch the whole thing.
It's such a
You
good
can
movie.
ask Trey, like
It's funny though.
you can ask Trey, like I don't do well with stuff like that. But
Oh.
that part is fucking hilarious. Though.
It's
I'm not gonna lie.
That's
That
funny.
shit. And then Samuel Jackson, he gonna stay in a big house? No, I did not say that.
Hey, did you know that he actually cut his hand for real when he slapped the guy? That's crazy, bro. And kept playing.
That's method acting, bro.
Fucking nuts is what it really is.
Oh man.
Good times. Good times.
Yeah, I watched
Who's hosting?
We'll figure it out. We got what, 3 months? No. Shit.
Yeah, we're not going
Yeah,
to
4 months?
we're not going to backwoods Africa to go visit Trey.
Shit.
Damn.
What we could do, well,
That's Jeff. That's why I said Jeff.
We can do it.
Jeff, you're central or what?
I'm
you just
like
live out in
downtown.
Yeah, right downtown. Yeah.
It'll be far for Trey.
That's still far for
I
Alex.
don't
so it's
complain.
perfect.
I don't complain about driving, to visit my friends, but whatever.
You
Well,
might
listen,
you might feel different on a work week at
Yeah.
midnight
So
and shit
look,
like
You
that.
ain't wrong about that.
No, so Trey, if y'all add more lights,
Don't come out here
food
now,
selection.
bro. There's hella foods, there's hella lights, and there's hella people. Do not come this way anymore.
Yeah,
It used to be outskirts, and it changed that
When we
quick.
first moved, there was nothing really. Now,
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
Yeah,
fucking
fucking
everything.
Jose almost ran into a ditch on the way home.
Dog's terrible.
I don't recall this,
bro.
but
When I was leaving, I was so mad. The GPS gave me the clearest route home. I was like, why the fuck did I get this going over here? I
Yeah.
had to take like all the back ways.
because you were on your way during 5 o'clock traffic.
Yeah.
We moved
Oh.
here what time or when? 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Almost 2 years ago. I'm ready to get
Damn.
the fuck out.
Really?
Bad. Yeah.
They're in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, of course. He's
No,
ready to
not
get out.
that. Not that. It's the people, the traffic, all this crazy shit.
The
Yeah.
Alamo Ranch
Are you-
traffic, bro. Oh.
Are you
Terrible.
are you looking to still stay there at your job that's down the street?
Maybe.
Do
Maybe
what?
Damn, that's
Hey,
No,
you
a
wanna
more
go-
drive.
probably not. But I don't know what's going to hold for me, guys.
Yeah, nah.
You
That's how I
can
felt
own a
when-
media company. You can start up a Puro Pinche Entertainment media company if you want.
Hey,
No, I love my company, but I might be moving somewhere else.
bro, but that's how I felt when we stayed by like down the street from like Methodist. Like that's exactly how I felt. Like I hated it, bro, because like leaving and then coming home, like
Yeah.
it's crazy over there. Like you can't go nowhere after 4 o'clock.
Nope.
And you don't want to go nowhere after 9 o'clock. But that's like the only time shit slows down. But it's just like crazy all the time. So
I told Viviana, I told her we should just get some land, and so fuck it, just do what like Trey's talking about, get some land, move in a nice area, dual language program, shit like that for our kid. Be good.
Come to Pleasanton, boys.
No,
I might go to if I go anywhere, it'll probably be Atkins, bro. No lie.
That's what I'm looking around.
Viviana hates Pleasanton, so hell no, we're good.
What you call it? I actually love Pleasanton, man. When I worked in the oil field over there, shit was nice. Especially, I need to go back out to that this little Mexican restaurant over there. It's fire.
Just
But
you got plenty downtown, bro. You got plenty on the south side.
that backwoods stuff is hit different.
Yes, sir. Barbecue
All right.
too.
All right, guys. Before we close it out, let me get y'all predictions for this weekend. All right. First up, for the NFL playoff Divisional round predictions. Houston Texans at Baltimore Ravens. Trey.
I'm going Baltimore. I like Houston and what they've done, but Baltimore's scary, bro. End of story.
James.
Yeah, it's so hard, bro.
It really is.
Oh God, I'm going Baltimore. Fuck. I want to go Houston so bad though.
I just want to let y'all know too, because the weather's in Maryland. They put a 7.5 point favorites for the Ravens, so they think they're gonna win by a touchdown or more. Jeff.
Yeah, I mean the fun pick is Houston, but Baltimore's been about business this year. I'm going with Baltimore.
And on it,
Alex.
on that business.
For Houston to even make it a conversation for people to be like, "Damn, it's a hard pick." She already tell you something, but
Exactly.
yeah, the Ravens defense though is going to be the difference makers with Worldcon and Patrick Queen. Again, these are the type of players that come in, like in that San Francisco game, they made a big difference. It's going to be the same thing again. I think they'll be the difference makers.
Yeah, give me the Ravens over Texans. Texans, hell of a run. Hey, if they get that win, I'm gonna tell you right now. If Texans get the surprise win over the Ravens, I'm taking them to the Super Bowl. Just saying right now.
Low
That'd
key,
be
bro.
the
Low
same.
key, if they win, shit, I wouldn't put it past them, bro. Honestly.
So, but that's it for that one. The main event for Saturday night, it's Packers at Niners. Niners are 8.5 favorites. Trey.
Bro. Same concept though. If the Packers win, good God. Come on now.
What your pick is the Niners? James?
Niners.
Jeff?
Yeah,
I'm going
Niners.
Niners by 21 and shit.
Niners have linebackers, not like the Cowboys. I think the Niners. Yeah, that's going to be the difference, honestly.
Oh,
Bro, he's not lying, bro. If we still had Jalen Smith with Vander Esch and Damone Clark, it would have been a different game. Like Jalen Smith, he probably didn't like to hit nobody, but he did plug.
I love Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith was a beast.
Is he even
But,
leading?
I think he's still with the Giants. He was with the Giants.
Oh, he got cut.
Yeah.
Middle of the season.
Oh, yeah, well, shit. He ain't there no more.
But-
They picked up Isaiah Simmons. That's why. Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, it's the linebackers are going to be a big difference. I think
Greenlaw, Fred Warner.
Oh my God, guys, we didn't talk about one game earlier.
The Rams in Detroit.
Yeah, we didn't talk about them earlier.
Shit.
yeah,
Look at that. Disrespecting Detroit history with them $700 tickets. Them motherfuckers got something.
that's why we didn't talk about.
Hey, we did disrespect them though.
By the way, I also picked the Niners just so I can put it in the TikTok video so we can criticize again. But yeah, real quick. I mean, let's just talk about it real quick. Detroit Rams. That was the game of the weekend. That was the game of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Back and forth, really close. The score was 1
I'm
point
just
difference.
mad they could not score in the red zone 3 times. The
Talking about the Rams?
couldn't score. That had and I know like that Detroit defense, bro. I will say this again, bro. Those linebackers Detroit has is like second to what 49ers got, bro. Like them dudes fly around. Like they are, and it's like Detroit has it's like they're playing a video game with hit everything on because they don't be. And I was waiting to talk to y'all about this shit. That was a dirty hit. That man tore his ACL.
No,
Mm-hmm.
no, it's not a dirty hit. Stop, James. Stop. I've already explained
And I see
why
you
it's
put it on
not.
Twitter. You lucky y'all like writing stories on the internet because I was gonna write.
First of all, do you even follow us on Twitter? I don't think you even follow us on Twitter.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, again, James, going back to why Tom Brady is the GOAT, and he analyzes this shit easily. And I said this before he even analyzed it. Matthew Stafford threw that bitch too high. Why is Higbee off his feet, reaching for that shit? The defender is doing the perfect tackle, actually. He's going for the thighs. He's going to hit him low, but not too low to injure him. But what happens is, but what happens? Stafford threw it too high. Stafford threw it too high. He threw it way too high. Higbee bobbled it. He's still reaching for it so it doesn't get intercepted. And at that moment that he gets hit, it's Dunzo's because he's still reaching for it. Matthew Stafford put up in a bad position. He did not protect his player. That is on Stafford.
Let me piggyback off that, Jose, because I know Mark was like, bro, you serious? I'm like, dude, what the fuck? What do you expect Joseph to do? Like, you expect him just to fucking catch the ball? You got to make a play.
Hit him up top, wrap
Bro,
up.
he's getting smacked in the mouth.
Yeah, he's gonna get smacked. That dude has what?
A big
40, 60,
bro.
He has 60, 40 pounds on him.
Hey.
You're gonna get
Sean Taylor did it,
and then you're gonna go to the sideline.
This is not Sean Taylor, bro. What the fuck?
Sean Taylor did it.
This is not Sean Taylor. Joseph is not Sean Taylor.
Hey,
you're gonna get a mouthful whenever you get to the sideline, because the coach is gonna be like, how come you weren't secure it? You didn't secure the tackle. The biggest thing to do is just hit him. You gotta hit big dudes low. If the ball was never sailed up high, he wouldn't have jumped and hit him in the knee. Jose's right.
Nah, I don't agree.
And now
agree to disagree.
Your feelings on this
in
shit.
the danger zone.
Get off your feelings, James.
It's not feelings. It's a rule in the NFL. Guys do not want to, like, all these receivers do not want to be hitting the legs, bro. They do not want to hit the legs. Regardless if it's a bad throw or not, bro, you gotta make the right
He
tackle,
is a big fucking tight end. He is tough to tackle.
So
same
thing with Brock.
So Joseph is being coached. Joseph is coached the right way to go for the damn thighs, to wrap up a double leg takedown, to freaking get the tackle. But what happens is Stafford threw it too high, and Higbee is still reaching for it. So he's off his feet. So his knee fucking bends backwards, just like Nick Chubb's did in fucking week 2. So this is all on Stafford. This is on Stafford.
The other guy's in the hospital having surgery.
Because this is Matthew Stafford's fault. Matthew Stafford put his player in a bad position to get hurt. If he throws it on the chest, on the money, it's a catch. He turns around, he ducks, absorbs the hit, and either is taken down or he's still moving forward for some yak. This is all on Matthew Stafford for putting him in a bad position, James. This has nothing to do with Joseph. What he did was a clean tackle that was put in a bad position because of Stafford. This has nothing to do with Joseph. This is all on Stafford.
I agree to disagree.
Yeah, I know you do. You're wrong.
This is, and by the way, this is the second tight end he took out this year. Just saying.
Same concept, Vato. Who the fuck was throwing it to TJ Hawkinson?
I'm just saying. This is by the way, this is the quarterback you picked to win this game too. So I just want to put that out there for the general public.
It is. I did pick him. I have no shame about it. He was coming home red hot. It was a good game. It was close. It's a 1-point game. It's not like they fucking got blown out.
No, I'm just saying. I just want people to know that the backstory. You
know. Marco's favorite guy, Jared Goff, went off too.
He did. He played exceptional. They actually both did. Both sides of the offense played well. I just hated for the Rams defense couldn't get the stop when they needed to, but I hate it also because the Rams couldn't get the points in the red zone that they needed to with those 3 opportunities. But it was fucking Puka went crazy.
180.
Like, dude was, oh my God, he's so good, bro.
Rookie record postseason.
God damn, bro. Like, I just wish Matthew Stafford was a little bit younger so they can keep this offense together for a while. Because to find a successor for him, like, that won't fuck this offense up, bro, man. Because you got, who's this? Stetson Bennett's behind him right now, right?
Carson Wentz and Stetson Bennett. Yep.
Yeah, and then you got Williams, you got Puka. I don't know how much time you got left for Cup.
I think Stafford's got 3 more years.
I hope so.
I was surprised in general that he even came back because the elbow surgery everyone kept talking about last year was supposed to make him retire, and he came back and proved everybody wrong. So
yeah, like but dog, they just look. I mean, at halftime, I think they both missed probably 3 or 4 passes. Like, it was crazy. It was a good ass game.
Yeah, that first half was crazy.
Nah,
and then the second half it was the opposite. That was so weird.
Yeah, Trade. The first half was nothing but points every drive, and then the second half was all defensive battle. What did you think about the new king of Detroit and Jared Goff?
Whoa!
That's what Detroit's labeled him as.
Yes, sir. I was happy with Goff. Actually, I was really rooting for Goff. He's had a really good couple of years. I was actually hoping that they would do really well. I know Matthew Stafford got, and I wouldn't say lucky, but he got very lucky in his shot with the Rams. But I was happy to see Goff make it. I really was.
You don't have to say lucky. I mean, I think you're right. You did get lucky. That trade turned to work out for him. And
Yeah,
that went all
but I'm not trying to take nothing away from him. You know what I mean? Like,
It worked out for
That
both
team,
sides.
I mean, but that's what you're supposed to do. That team went
Yeah.
all in for what everybody plays for,
True.
and it turned out for them. Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, the Patriots tried it a couple of times and it didn't work. Crazy.
Nah, we didn't do shit.
No, I'm saying y'all got Randy Moss, bro. Y'all went 16-0. Like the fuck, y'all were supposed to win. Like it was the greatest 1-2 punch in the game, bro, ever.
Yeah.
Nigga just threw his hand up and Brady was putting the ball right here.
We were supposed to do something in 07 and 11, but 7-11 is not open for us apparently.
Dude, I'm just saying like that they did what was right. Shit.
Go ahead, Alex.
I picked Detroit because of their offensive line, and you guys said, well, who's gonna block Donald? Who hasn't stopped Donald? And it's Detroit was able to slow him down enough to secure the dub.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I wanted to ask is if you were the Bengals, would you still select Chase and not go for yeah, because he looks like he might be a Hall of Famer.
Alex, me and you have been on the same boat since the get-go. You should have picked up an Ace-Hole. I said that from the get-go. I never changed my mind on that.
Rock. And a lot of success goes to that offensive line.
I like Jamar Chase, but you were already solid with T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. Like for me, like no disrespect to Chase. I know he's a baller, but you do not need him more than you need Penei Sewell. And I said that from the get-go, Alex. You know I said that, so I never wavered on that.
Yeah, I'm still taking Chase. I'm sorry. It's a no-brainer, but I get why you take Penei. Because the man is probably the most hit quarterback in the league, and it's still happening to this day. So
4 years, 2 seasons taken out early, and the other 2 seasons your AFC Championship. You gotta protect your investment.
Yeah,
Jamar Chase does not protect your investment.
Yeah, he don't. But I mean, he's also a generational talent, But
everyone's generational talent is these days. We need to like really specify generational because, no offense to Jamar Chase, I don't think he's top 5 like a lot of people say. Respectfully, I he's top 10, but he's not top 5. Like generational. Who I have top 5?
Yeah,
I mean. Jeff was right. Devontae Adams is not top 5 this year, but that's because it was quarterback. To be fair,
was quarterback.
That was awful.
I told you, Jeff's been hitting something on the money.
As long as it's not NBA stuff, Jeff is on the money. Everything on the NBA side, he's still wrong. But this year, he was like Dalai Lama and all that shit. Like you did good, Jeff. Number 8 for Josh Allen. Hate on Dak for life. You're
fuck Josh Allen might fucking win it now. So I don't know. They're gonna be high. If Josh Allen makes it to the Super Bowl, whatever, everybody's gonna be back up all on him.
Oh no,
You're not wrong.
Okay, so back to the predictions. The Buccaneers versus Lions. I don't think any of us had that for the divisional round. So the Lions are 6.5-point favorites. Trey, who do you got?
I'm probably going Lions. I want to see the Lions go all the way.
James?
Shit. This is gonna be a defensive game too. Good Lord. I'm gonna go Detroit.
Jeff?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Detroit. They won. I think that was the game to win against the Rams, and they'll take care of Tampa. Tampa looked good against Philly. Tampa's good, but not on Detroit's level.
Alex?
Oh man. If Kendall Vidor could fucking guard some like a Mike Evans, they could possibly beat the Bucks. Man, this is hard though because Kendall Vidor is really shaky. He couldn't guard anybody last week. And I'm gonna go with Detroit though. Fuck.
I'm only, and the only reason I'm saying Detroit is because I'm looking into the following game. If the Bucks make it to the 49ers game,
Well, that has nothing to do with this matchup, though. That has nothing to do with this
No.
matchup.
it's
I
like
think-
shit.
And then
I'm
the thing
looking
too
ahead.
is Dan Campbell too. It took him 3 years to build this team. Everybody wanted him gone last year because he's had such a slow start, and they're like, "Oh, he should probably get the boot," even though he did have the end of the year last year going off strong. But I don't know. This is why you wait and you trust the process, because look where they're at now.
All right. I'm going to pick the Buccaneers
Damn.
of Detroit. Detroit's second playoff game.
It's gonna be
hosting.
close though, man.
And look, I know James said that this is going to be a defensive battle. I'm sorry. The Lions are not good as defense compared to the Bucks. That secondary, other than Brian Branch, that secondary is booty cheeks.
No, and I understand that, but I'm going off of I'm telling you, I'm going off of their front seven, bro. Those linebackers, and it's the same way for the Bucks. Those linebackers fly around everywhere.
But
bro.
here's also what I would trust a little more too. Then, because the Rams O line was good, but the Tampa O line, this O line that also protected Tom Brady back in the day, you know, they've made Baker look really good. So that trenches battle is going to be huge. And I'll be honest, if Baker's allowed to get as much as passing time that he needs to get Mike Evans, Auden, or Godwin, it's game, bro. That Detroit secondary, I don't think he's gonna stop him. Give me the Bucks to win this one and go.
And I say this, you can say the same thing for both sides. I promise you. I'm telling you, you got Tristan Wirfs up front, you got Kappa, you got them big boys up front. Yeah, they heavy, and then you got Panay, you got Frank on the other side. Those big boys up front is heavy, but when you look at it, you got Vita Vey, you got Shaq Barrett, Levante David, Devin White. I can't say the other name, Sri Lanka, whatever his name is, number 9.
But that's what I'm saying, Jeff. James. I am picking which is the better secondary, and I'm picking the Bucs secondary to do better. Go ahead, Alex.
I know why fucking Jeff is smiling ear to ear right now.
You know what? Fuck you, Jeff. Fuck you.
At the beginning of the year, Jeff said Baker Mayfield looks better than what Tom Brady does on this team. That's why he's laughing. That's why he's fucking laughing. Because you look at the stats, this team is better under Baker Mayfield. It doesn't.
I was gonna ask you at the beginning of this episode how crazy do you want me to be today? Because I thought about that. I was like, damn,
Jeffrey.
I was chill today. Alex is the one. He's the one.
He could have
Alejandro.
He could have came out guns blazing, honestly, if he wanted to.
No, he couldn't have. This is not the shit. Do I have to explain it? Do I have to really explain it? Trey is trying to go to bed already. You hear that?
Yeah, he's half asleep.
Bro, I gotta work in the morning, B.
Nah, you can use one of these long episodes every once in a while. It's not gonna be here forever, dude. It's okay. Enjoy the night. But anyway, so I was gonna say, Jeff, 45, divorced, different OC. If y'all did the research, it's a different OC this year compared to last year. So, and Tom Brady last year was washed. Okay, he should have banged up. He should have said, and that O line was.
Y'all were banged up from your Super Bowl run.
That O line last year was not the same as this O line this year.
Yeah, they didn't have Tristan. They didn't have Tristan Wirfs all last year.
They didn't have Tristan. They didn't have their center who retired. They didn't have a lot of shit. That team was booty cheeks. And Tom Brady should have stayed retired after the first retirement. I said that.
Yeah.
So
whatever. Should have.
Yeah.
So, but all of y'all got Lions. I'm the one that going Bucks. I think it's gonna be a hell of a game. Either way,
I think it's gonna be a great game.
I'm surprised that either of these teams are gonna be the ones going to the NFC Championship.
Crazy.
That's nuts, right? Like I like it, bro. So there's only one more team that needs to go away,
and that's between the Chiefs at the Bills, and the Bills are 3-point favorites. Trey, who do you got?
Bills.
James.
Bills.
Damn.
Jeff.
Yeah, I think I got to go with the Bills.
Oh my God. Alex?
Yeah, man. You ride the hot hand in Buffalo, and hopefully this time, whenever Josh Allen beats Patrick, he doesn't complain about a flag.
Damn.
Marco's gonna love this segment.
I am going to pick the Chiefs. The Bills have not yet beaten the Chiefs in the playoffs. Until they do, I am not picking them to beat the Chiefs. And the Chiefs have yet to miss an AFC Championship game with Patrick Mahomes at the helm. So until that happens, I cannot bet against them. So I am picking the Chiefs here.
First away game, right?
If you don't count the Super Bowl in Tampa, yes.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That's gonna be crazy.
Did they win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I really hope there's.
You got a point. You have a point.
Is that Sunday night? The Sunday night game?
Yep, that's main event.
Yeah,
That's
nice.
gonna be Tony
I
Romo
hope this doesn't
slobbering
come down
all
to a
over.
flag.
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh, dude.
Chill out, bro.
Tony
Yes,
Romo's gonna
he is,
slobber all
bro.
over Allen and
Josh
Mahomes.
Allen and Mahomes. That's Tony Romo's wet dream.
All right.
Be hating, dog. Y'all be hating.
I just hope this doesn't come down to a flag though. Like
Legitimately,
Like last year, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
it should not come down to a flag.
I hope it's a repeat of 2 years ago when that game went to overtime and shit, and
It
it's
was
like
just
a
a good
barn
game.
burner.
Yeah.
But yeah, no flags.
Chiefs ain't that explosive. You're not getting that type of game. This is gonna be a defensive game.
Well,
I just hope Josh can fucking keep some turnovers.
I don't know, man. Rasheed Rice looked good last week, so
He
you
did.
never know.
He did.
And if Travis Kelce actually catches the damn balls and stop looking at his girl doing
it's
some
been-
fucking cringy shit on the fucking
Hey, listen,
sidelines,
bro. Travis about to do this.
First off,
that was not
First off,
cringy.
His brother did. He
First
That shit was
off-
not cringy.
swag surfing, chill the fuck out with the disrespect.
That shit was cringy as fuck.
Gross.
I mean,
That shit was
James,
that shit was cringy as fuck.
James, we've been swag surfing since what? Fucking
Bro, since
Like-
2000, bro. Come on, chill out,
Chill
bro.
out.
James, but was that not cringy?
Travis
to
is
look
gonna
at?
go home early anyway, so it don't matter. It doesn't matter. He's gonna go chill with Travis, chill with his little boo. They finna go hit the
With
runway,
Jackson
some
Mahomes.
Louis V. You know,
Jackson Mahomes.
You realize Jackson Mahomes hasn't even been allowed in the same booth with her, right?
yeah, that's actually kind of funny.
yeah, she was like, she probably told her to keep your brother the fuck away from me. We're not taking pictures. We're not doing any TikToks.
That should tell you something, right? Because he's like, keep that weird motherfucker away from me.
I'm
Knowing
telling
that
you,
she's
He's
kind
bro.
of
also in trouble because of what he did with the bar.
Shit, Travis was like, "Hey, Pat, bro, your brother, I don't want him around my
You
people.
got to go.
Yeah.
Like, keep that nigga over there with your wild family. You and your crazy wife."
I fuck with your brother Jason, but I won't fuck with Pat's brother. Hell no.
But yeah, they going home early anyway. It don't matter.
I hope so.
He's probably gonna retire too. Him and they probably
Marco's
talk about
gonna look at this video.
That's fine. Marco can hate me all he wants. I
Yeah.
just need them out. That's all I care about right now.
it. If they win this game, it's not gonna be on the back of Mahomes. It's gonna be on the back of that defense. If
Well,
they
it's kind
It
of
wasn't.
most-
It
that's been
wasn't
most of the
because
season.
of Holmes last week either. It wasn't because of Holmes last week either. So
it was because of the weather. That's just me.
it was because of the weather. I think it was the defense.
I stand by that.
Tua sucked. Mike McDaniel sucked. Tyreek sucked. The whole team sucked.
Tyrese
It's not-
sucked, really?
Yes. Other than the 150-yard run,
Yeah,
what did he
Trey.
do?
Yeah, Trey.
What did he do? What
You right
did
here
he
with it,
do?
bro.
Did Snee not own him? Did we not discuss this already?
Oh, Snead bullied him a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. Other than the 50-yard run, what did he get? 60 yards total? So what are we talking about?
Yeah,
10
he was
yards?
63.
Let's host the Olympic track meet in snow and then see how Usain Bolt turns out.
He played in Kansas City for his first 5 years. What are
He
we
didn't play like
talking
that.
about?
It wasn't weather like that. Stop it.
Are you blind? Oh my God, James. You're lucky it's time to go to bed. You're lucky we're old as fuck.
It's been
Time
time,
to go to
bro.
bed.
Been
I'm
time.
old. I'm not old.
Oh my God, I'm old.
Seasoned.
Go to bed.
Who's the oldest here? You or
I'm
Jeff?
seasoned.
Who's the oldest?
I think James is.
Yeah.
Nah, you're
Not,
old.
not by. I don't think by the year though.
36.
When you turn 37.
God damn.
July.
Oh yeah.
I turned.
Alex is like, I'm not even in my 30s yet.
Nah, I'm the oldest. April 2nd, 37.
Yep.
Man, y'all are
Oh,
Uncle
really?
Shay Shay.
Mm-hmm. What do you say?
Uncle Shay Shay.
Your uncle
Hey,
Shay
no,
Shay.
hey,
Are you
Jeff and
really-
James Night Pod. Jeff and James
Skip-
Night Pod. We're gonna be talking some crazy shit. You feel me?
Mm.
Yeah, I turned 36 this year.
Nah, I don't want to hear about Tocho. I don't want to hear about Tocho, James.
Damn, Jeff, I didn't know you was turning 37 this year. Fuck.
Mhm.
I just
It's
turned
sad.
33. God damn.
Yeah, I turned
Yeah,
30.
once you hit 33, 34, 30, it's over.
Oh,
It's
that's
just-
him, bro.
it don't matter.
Who's the
You're like,
fucking
how old am
number?
I?
My
37,
back still hurts
36.
every.
Bro, I don't say my age. I want to say my body's age. I'm like fucking 55 body.
Bro, I do feel like that too, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to go to bed because I know my fucking 55-year-old body's gonna hurt like crazy tomorrow. Watch.
Damn.
Bro, I've been working since I was fucking 15 and did the oil field for 7 years. My body hurts. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Alex is like, I'm 29. I can still do everything.
Yeah, fuck that.
I wish.
And they got Marco, who's like, what, 24, 25?
Yeah, I would say 24. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's all happy and giddy. Oh, he just had surgery, so you know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Marco. All right, guys. Well, let's close it out because it's been a long night. Trey's ready for Mimi's and all that shit. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, guys. Thank you for watching, whether it was live or on demand. Good fucking times. Good conversation as always. Next week, we'll obviously be talking about the games that happened this weekend and preview the conference championship games. Guys, thank you for watching. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok at Puro Pinche Sports. Follow us on Twitter or X at Pinche Sports Pod. Guys, get us a good keep racking up those subscriber numbers. Keep going. Come on. That's just booming on YouTube. We like it. Alex, you're wrong. TikTok is ass. But try to follow us there too because we put up good shit all the time. So, guys, for Trigger Trey Parker, for Humble Hater, Sad James, Jeff D. Lujan, the Professor Alex, I almost said Garza. We are Puro Pinche Sports, and we are out.
That was a dirty head.
No,
It
it
should be
wasn't.
called the retirement pod. With
Hey,
Oh my God.
I'm not that